down, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid. Now they tuned in cause my game too legit.
Fantasy Headliners Nation. Headliner Nation. Fantasy Headliners for the nation. I'm a headliner. I'm a headliner.
Yo. Analytics off the chain. All the channels not the same. Jake and Kyle, you know the name. Headliner Nation, we running the game. Y'all stuck on third down. Your content's plain Jane. Headliners on top now. We gonna move and change. Podcast off the rip. Draft guide, so legit. Fantasy world, our game tight. You know we about that chubb life. Stuck in a rut and you need some motivation. Head to the channel for this Headliner Nation.
I'm a headliner.
It's time to talk some football in week 7, Kyle. And I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of questions tonight because there are a lot of questionable situations in the NFL, Kyle. And that's the easiest way to put it, right? Just, hey, they say they can't hear you, Kyle. They say you're muted.
Whoa. Now they can.
Then they hear you now?
Yeah,
they didn't hear all the bad things
that
you said about them.
I have no idea. I don't know why they couldn't hear me, but it's good now.
Perfect. Well, there you go. See, E-Man says we're good now, so we're good. It's just one of those nights, right, Kyle? It's a lot going on.
I clicked on the unmute button. It was the computer. My computer was acting funky earlier too.
Yeah,
so
sure, that's the case. All right, before Kyle lies some more, let's talk about some quick end of the week news, some things that have come out here super late in the week, just to cover really quick here at the start for everybody hopping in. The first thing, it sounds like Deshaun Watson is on track to play. The weirdest injury situation I've seen in a long time surrounding him. Deebo will not be. So if you have Deebo Samuel in your lineup, take him out. More than likely, looking like he won't be back until after their bye week. CMC is still questionable. A lot of people are going to have questions about Christian McCaffrey. I'm going to say this at the beginning. I'm sure at some point we'll say it in the middle. Kyle's probably going to say it at some point too. This is a Monday night football game. So if you don't have an insurance piece in that game, you need to try to get one on the bottom of your bench. You can also put CMC in your flex spot, so that way you can swap him out in a last-minute change if needed, because there is not going to be any more information as of right now surrounding him. He's still questionable. Offensive tackle, though, for the 49ers, Trent Williams, he's doubtful to play. Arguably the best offensive lineman in football. Daniel Jones, a long shot to play, more than likely not going to be on the field. Julio Jones has been elevated off the practice squad, but no, It's not 2019 yet. Or again, I guess you should say, so we're not super pumped. I don't know what it is, Kyle.
I was going to say
I know what I meant in my head. I know what I meant, but it's not 2019
We are past
anymore.
that.
I mean, it's been a while since Julio's done much of anything. Tyron Williams went to the IR. I know there's going to be a lot of questions about the Los Angeles Rams backfield with Darrell Henderson. Jeff Wilson has been activated, and then Deontay Johnson as well. He'll be on the field this week, Kyle. But how about we just start rolling right into some questions?
Let's just start getting it. Let's just start getting it right away. We're going to go with Chris all in first in a full PPR. Are we going to be starting Geno Smith or Sam Howell? Ooh, I feel like these are close. I'm going to look real quick, but it is Geno Smith over Arizona.
Yes, Geno Smith. I got him right now at number 8.
Sammy wants to know Green Bay defense or the Washington defense. All right. If you're going to be asking defensive questions, I really have to look that up.
Already this early in the evening, we got defense questions.
I'll go ahead and defer to Jake for a couple of questions real quick.
Okay, let me see here. The rest of that question says flex D4 or Jay Meyer. So I'm guessing that's Donta Foreman or Jacoby Myers. I feel like I'm trying to read hieroglyphics here. Or the other question.
Jacoby Myers.
Yes. And then Deontay Johnson, I'm guessing is D-John, or Sam, which I'm guessing is Curtis Samuel. If I had to choose between those two, Curtis Samuel probably going to be a little bit safer. I wouldn't be surprised if they work Deontay Johnson back slowly. But if you want to just gamble for higher upside, that's when you go Deontay Johnson.
I've got the Washington defense higher than Green Bay right now.
Well, there you go. And that's saying something because, well, it's probably because they're playing the Giants. And the Giants haven't scored points in like 6 years, it feels like.
Well, touchdowns. They've scored points,
exactly.
But
yeah, touchdowns. Yes.
Henry Lopez, bonus league, our weekly bonus league question from Henry. Extra points for 40 or more yards. Need a flex. If Aaron Jones doesn't play, Devontae Smith, Brian Robinson, George Pickens. Go Astros. Brian Robinson is extremely high in my rankings this week. I'm going Brian Robinson.
Perfect. How about we go to Bob's Panda? Bob's Panda wants to know if he should start Tyson Bagent or Gardner Minshew. Now, honestly, I think a lot of people are going to be somewhat surprised with Tyson Bagent.
Welcome to week 7.
Exactly. I just don't think I'm at that point yet. Give me Gardner Minshew. At least we know he's going to throw the ball a lot. It's a very difficult matchup for him, but I just don't know if I can trust Tyson Bagent in week 7 of fantasy football just yet.
Jacob Bombard wants to know, he's got 2 flexes, Salvin Ahmed, Jordan Mason, Josh Reynolds, or Elijah Moore. I'm hurting for this week, and thank you guys for all that you do. Jacob, thanks for being a member. Personally, I'm going to be looking at Reynolds and Moore here because you're going to have to pick them before we know anything about Jordan Mason and whether or not he'll play with CMC or not. If you want to try, Jordan Mason will probably still get some touches even if CMC doesn't play. Highest upside will be Reynolds and Moore. Safest floor will be Mason and Reynolds. Ahmed with Jeff Wilson coming back. Not really interested in him this week.
Sean Theodore says Watson or Howell. I said in my rankings video that if Deshaun Watson was 100% full go, he would be up inside my top 12. It sounds like he's going to be good to go, but we still do not know for sure. As long as Deshaun Watson is a full go tomorrow, I have him a couple spots higher than Sam Howell, but I don't dislike Sam Howell. So luckily, it's a win-win situation for you, I believe.
Dylan Kiergan, full PPR start too. Austin Eckler, Josh Jacobs, or Raheem Mostert. Honestly, this is one of those lose-lose questions because all 3 of those guys are inside my top 10 this week. My highest ranked ones right now are Austin Eckler at 6 and Raheem Mostert at 10. That can't be right. I have Josh Jacobs at 2. I'm an idiot. I have Josh Jacobs at 2, Austin Eckler at 6. Those would be my 2 highest rated so far.
Let's see. How about we go to Billy Blanks? Says Swift or Brees rest of season, y'all. Honestly, I don't dislike either one of them. I feel like Breece Hall is the better option for the running back position, but plays on a team that's not going to give him as many opportunities, scoring opportunities that it is as a DeAndre Swift. I think if you keep Breece Hall, he's the safer floor play week in and week out, but the higher ceiling each week is the guy with the more scoring chances, which would be DeAndre Swift.
This says Batmat Gaming, welcome to Holden Chubb, but I know that's not true because he's been around far too long, so I know Batmat Gaming is not a new member. Super weird. Joe Cotting, much love to the headliners. Right back to you, Joe. Pick 2 running backs and 1 flex in a PPR. James Cook, Aaron Jones, Hunt, Foreman, Warren, and Dobbs. I'm going to go, if we want to mix a little safety and upside, James Cook, Aaron Jones will be my starters. The Doobs would end up being my flex going up against that terrible Denver defense.
Horrible defense. Absolutely horrendous. Kevin Bedell, would you trade Calvin Ridley for DK or Puka? Yes, I think I would as of right now. And here's the thing is I see a lot of people leaving comments of, oh, Calvin Ridley sucks or Calvin Ridley is trash. It's not a Calvin Ridley issue. This is more of a usage in the offense issue where he's just not being looked at as frequently as maybe he even should be. He's open all over the field, but he's not even the first look in a lot of progressions. And because of that, I think you're going to get more immediate success from DK and Puka. They may be slightly more consistent than Calvin Ridley going forward.
Robbie Thomas becoming a member for the 6 months. Tough decision here. Start one running back and one flex. CMC, Jonathan Taylor, Javonte Williams, Christian Watson, Scary Terry. Have Walker RB1, Olave already played, and St. Brown as wide receivers and a half PPR. Robbie, I don't know if you included it or not, but if you don't have Jordan Mason or Elijah Mitchell, we can't start CMC. We just can't. If you take a loss this week because Christian McCaffrey puts up 27 points on Monday Night Football, you can't start him without a backup plan. So for the running back, Jonathan Taylor is going to offer you the most upside. Javonte Williams would end up being the safer. Green Bay's defense not great against the run. And then as far as like the flex spot goes, I mean, you could flex both. I mean, you could put whatever running back you wanted to in the flex. So you could play Taylor and Williams. If you want to go for the highest upside play, then you would probably go at that point Taylor and Scary Terry. Or you could go Taylor and Christian Watson if you want extreme reward with a lot of risk associated with it.
That's right. We had Charlene Gehrig says rate the Rams running backs. And I believe, I'm not going to count it because it would take too long. There's like 17 exclamation marks right there. So it's real easy. Me and Kyle talked about this before the stream. I mean, I still think we look at Zach Evans as a lot of people want to say who's going to be the starter, who's the RB1. I don't know if we want to get too caught up in that this week. I really see him and Darrell Henderson as kind of like a 1A, 1B in that backfield. They're both going to get touches because Darrell Henderson is very familiar with this offense. He's played in it for multiple years before. So they're both going to get touches. It's not just a who starts is going to have the higher value. It's all going to go with who has the hotter hand throughout the game. They're both going to get touches in a good matchup, though.
King Lapo, flex Pickens or Palmer. If I had to pick one of those guys, I would go Pickens over Palmer. And then for the RB position, pick 2: Madison, Foreman, Warren, Zach Evans from the Rams in a standard league. Since it's a standard league, it's really hard for me to go for Warren because he offers you PPR upside. Even half PPR would be fine. But in a standard league, he's not going to offer you any upside. So I'm definitely going to lock in Foreman. Roschon Johnson is out. Zach Evans does have higher upside for me than Madison. Madison would be safer, but I absolutely hate the matchup for him.
Yeah. Bees says, what do y'all think of Drake London or Deontay Johnson? Well, the way that Drake London has been playing over the last few weeks, we've seen the improvement a little bit here in Desmond Ridder as well. It's not the greatest of matchups, but he's been seeing close to like 7+ targets a week. Give me Drake London right now, and let's give Deontay Johnson a week to come back and get his legs under him.
Lorenzo Holloway, start 2. James Cook, Ramondre Stevenson, and DJ Moore. Since we don't know much about the quarterback situation in terms of who's he going to be looking at, how good will he be? Will he be consistent? Is he going to make mistakes? I'll go Cook and Stevenson this week.
Joe Juice says, watch Myles Gaskin go off. Exactly. That would be so fitting for 2023 fantasy football, right? Absolutely 100%. We see the lone boner out there in the chat. Onamu Gamer, Oinamu, James Cook, Jahmyr Gibbs, Ford, pick 2, only good sirs. Okay, so we can only pick 2 out of James Cook, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Jerome Ford. I'm going with Jahmyr Gibbs once again. I'm just going with no David Montgomery. I'm just going to ride the lightning in hopes that the dude can get close to 17+ touches. So that gives us James Cook or Jerome Ford. We all know that Jerome Ford is going to have to worry in this backfield about Kareem Hunt going forward, where James Cook, for whatever reason, the only thing he has to worry about is his own coach's play calling. They just don't give him enough volume. He's doing great when he touches it. He's just not touching it a lot. In a more difficult matchup, I think if you want to play it safer, it's Ford. If you want to gamble for a touchdown, though, you go James Cook.
Bradley Davis. Hey, guys, I hope things are well with us. Hopefully you as well, Brad. 3 leagues, PPR. Number 1, Deontay, Judy, or Jameson Williams. Since it is a PPR league, Deontay Johnson probably going to be the safest in terms of targets he'll get. I'll go Deontay Johnson here. Godwin or Jameson for the second league, definitely Godwin over Jameson. And then third for the flex spot, 3, which more, Rondell or Sky? Wait a second. 3, FX, spot 3, which more, Rondell or Sky?
So I'm guessing he's got starting 3 flexes in that third flex spot.
Yeah.
Which one is it, Rondell Moore or Sky Moore?
You know what? I'm going to go Rondell Moore here. He was used in the backfield a little bit last week as well. He's definitely doesn't have as much upside as Sky Moore, but flip a coin and it could be anybody in KC that week. I'll go Rondell Moore. Let's see what happens.
JJ Hernandez wants to know who would be a better coach between me and Kyle. I think I have the perfect answer for that.
I already coach.
Well, we know that Kyle's a selfish bastard right here on YouTube. I was actually going to say, why can't we both be on the same damn team? No, Kyle's just going to throw himself out there. Kyle doesn't care about the team.
You know what? I was
right
assuming that you were just going to say yourself. So you know what?
Yeah.
In front of everybody, I apologize.
Here I am.
I messed up. I was being selfish. I thought Jake was going to say himself.
I don't know what else I can do. I mean, this is what I'm stuck with. I don't know what else.
That's my bad. I'll take the fall there.
I was like, damn, you know what? Coaches, I mean, NFL teams, they got tens of millions of coaches. Me and Kyle could be on the same team. Nope. Kyle's like, me, I am better than Jake.
As long as I never said that. I said I do coach.
You thought it.
All I said was I do coach. That was it. I was just saying I have experience.
Great.
I didn't say if it was good experience. CJ Whodat. Should I trade Kyron Williams for Joe Mixon in a half PPR? I'm 2-4. Mixon doesn't give you enough value in return to get me excited about it. Maybe you trade for a running back that gets you 7 to 9 fantasy points a week, but he's not doing enough. I'd rather see if I could win out and keep Kyron Williams for the playoff push.
Let's see here. MJ thinks that Kyle would be a better coach because he's a Michigan fan and stealing signs would be easy for him to figure out how to do. Augustin, Iturralde. Augustin, I'm sorry if I butchered that. Curtis Samuel or Drake London. I still have Drake London slightly higher. The touchdown upside still goes to Curtis Samuel. He's been fine in the end zone every single week, but volume-wise, I'm going to lean towards Drake London still.
Batmac Gaming becoming a member for the 25th month and a half PPR. Who do you think I can trade DJ for or aim for when negotiating? Batmac, it'll be the same thing that we tell everybody with this. We don't know. We don't know who's on your team. We don't know who's on other teams. We don't know what spots they have people in. We don't know what records are. Are people going to be selling? Are they trying to buy? Their strengths or weaknesses? Unfortunately, Batmac, you are a member of Holden Chubb, so ask in Discord and maybe put the comments in there or put the rosters in there of yours and maybe someone else. But really the only thing you can do is ask your league, hey, who's interested in DJ Moore, and see if anything comes from that. And then we can help as you get a little bit further along in a deal. Austin Santiago and a full point PPR flex, Downs, Osborne, or Madison. Since it's a full point PPR, I'll go ahead and go with Downs this week. Not as many targets last week, but did score.
Kevin Kobos, did y'all skip my super chat? Nope, you're still in the line, my friend. You got a couple more ahead of you. We'll get to every single one of them. If you've left a super chat, they will 100% be read in the order that they were received. Let's see here. DeBar Code 880 says Jake and Kyle should dress up as James Franco and Seth Rogen from Pineapple Express. Well, Halloween is right around the corner. I probably need to get a costume here pretty soon. How about Jason Holmstrom, full PPR, pick one out of McLaughlin, Flowers, or Rashee Rice. I got that internal gut feeling about Rashee Rice this week, but I have nothing to back that up other than that internal gut feeling. So honestly, Baltimore's going to have a hard time running this week against the number one rushing defense, the Detroit Lions, which is crazy to say. They're going to have to throw, so the safer play is probably going to be Zay Flowers.
Frank Dowling, Jerome Ford or Gibbs, and why? If you want the safest floor, it's Ford. We know he's going to get probably 45-50% of the touches and a good matchup. If you want the highest ceiling, it's going to be Gibbs. Gibbs is probably going to get, I would expect, 80% of the running back snaps this week, but it's a really tough matchup, and we haven't really seen his ceiling as of yet, so Ford would be a little bit safer. Anthony B, need an RB2 and a flex. Kareem Hunt, Jalen Warren, Jaleel McLaughlin, George Pickens. Thanks, guys. Only banger films. Someone's been watching the members-only content. Kareem Hunt, Jalen Warren, McLaughlin, and Pickens. Doesn't say if it's a full PPR league. If it's a full PPR league, I'll go Warren and Hunt. If it's a half PPR league, I probably lean, if you want more upside, go Hunt and Pickens. If you want to save for floor, probably still Warren and Hunt there as well.
Here's a tough one right here. Gabe Mendez says, what's up, Jake and Kyle? Ravens defense or stream the Rams or Bucks defense? I mean, the best defense there is going to be Baltimore, but I don't know if I want to go up against that Detroit offense anytime soon, especially with the banged up Dave Montgomery. They could throw the ball even more. Tampa Bay has to go against Atlanta, who's played a little bit better here as of late. Tampa Bay did get an extra week to prepare. Or the other one was what? The Rams. The Rams got Pittsburgh. They're going to be at home. The Rams defense pretty solid. If it's my team, I'm going to lean towards streaming the Bucks this week.
Dustin Kane, this may be a dumb question, but is there any Headliners gear? And if not, why? There used to be, but the company that would print it for us actually ended up closing, and we just didn't get enough notice prior to this season for us to try and find a new one. So we'll look at that venture again this offseason and see what we can figure out. Ricky, greetings from Nolan's. Facing my counselor. Can we get a suck it to the counselor, Jake?
Hey, Ricky's counselor, suck it. Suck it, Ricky's counselor. So much sucking it.
Two of D's nuts. In a 12-team PPR, my RB2 is Aaron Jones, but he could sit. Who should I start in my RB2 and flex if he sits? Stevenson, Foreman, JSN, Sutton, forehead kisses. Forehead kisses. I'm going to go with Stevenson and Foreman here if he sits. If he doesn't, it's Stevenson and Jones.
Fantasy player says Josh Palmer or Rashee Rice. Once again, I'm gambling in a couple leagues on Rashee Rice this week. It is a gamble, though, going in. If you want the safer play, Josh Palmer actually looked pretty freaking good. He's got the tougher matchup, though, going up against Kansas City, whose defense is playing great so far to start the year. If you want to gamble more, it's Rashee Rice, because no team in the NFL gives up more points to fantasy wide receivers than the Los Angeles Chargers. Great matchup for Rashee Rice.
And just a quick update to everyone for Aaron Jones. He has been limited in practice all week, but all the videos I have seen, he actually looks like he's pretty healthy. So I would be shocked if he doesn't play this
He was
week.
even like, he was hip thrusting it out there on the field a little bit too.
I would be
You guys
shocked.
can't see it. You can't see it, Kyle, but my hips are gyrating so smoothly right now.
Oh, trust me, we can tell what's going
So
on.
smooth right now.
Dragon Slayer, Ornstein. Debo is out. Is George Kittle a good start now? Said it all week in my start and sit videos and rankings videos that if Debo misses, George Kittle is a smash, especially with CMC, probably at least limited still. Kevin Kobos, there we go. Didn't start T-Law. Start Kirk or pick up Russell Wilson. I have CMC, Mitchell, and Mason. What order would you play him? I do have Hunt if I want to pivot. Since you have CMC, I would go with those guys over Hunt. If CMC plays, put him in. If he doesn't, put in Jordan Mason. As far as your situation at the quarterback position, just go ahead and start Kirk. There's no reason for us to try and pick up a third quarterback right now.
Adam Walker says that nobody wants to see my hips gyrating. Adam, I argue that point, and I'm sure there's somebody out there in the chat that says that they would love to see that. How about a question from Jake? Let me answer myself a question here. Flex Addison or Javonte Williams? Very difficult matchup for Addison. Javonte Williams not getting a ton of work, but looks pretty good when he does touch the football. He's going up against Green Bay. I think if you want the safer floor, it's Javonte Williams. If you go with Addison, you're taking a huge gamble, and he's got to score a touchdown. So if you'd rather have that safer floor, it's Javonte Williams.
Supreme Beam becoming a member for the 15th month. Flex Kyle against Denver or Jake against Cleveland. Appreciate all your hard work, fellas. If there's not room for both of us, I'm sorry, Jake. I do have the better matchup, though. I think you have to agree there.
I mean, I guess so. Why the hell do you get the Broncos defense?
If it was the other way around, I would start you against Denver. But we're starting everybody against Denver.
Here. I think there's some shenanigans behind the scenes here.
I mean, Supreme and I mean, we are basically domesticated lovers. Michael Satterfield. He's dying right now. Michael Satterfield becoming a member for the 22nd month. Rate my trade in a full PPR. I'm getting Mahomes and Debo for Swift, Lamb, and Shaheed. Same league, traded Cousins and Pittman for Devontae Smith, Rice, and Edwards. I mean, Michael, there's a lot of things that are needed in context here. Is this a 1 quarterback league? Is it a 2? Is it a super flex? If it's a 1 quarterback league, trading Swift and Lamb for Mahomes and Debo, to me personally, is not a good trade. If it's a super flex league, then sure, but in the same context, you just traded for a guy that is at least missing the next couple of weeks, it sounds like. So did you really need Mahomes? And then trading Cousins and Pittman for Devontae Smith, Rice, and Edwards, I mean, right there, I think that was a mistake as well. So unfortunately, Michael, thank you for being a member for 22 months, but I really am not a fan of any of those moves right there because the first move itself was not great, and it caused you to need to make a second move that I don't feel was good either. Ray Foltz, sup guys, been rolling with y'all for a minute, been awesome. Ray's been around for quite a while, appreciate you, Ray. Pancakes celebrating a 1-month membership with us. Deontay Johnson, Jahan Dotson, Jordan Mason, or Josh Downs. Also thinking of swapping Mason for Stevenson. I have Stevenson in RB1 and Mostert at RB2. I'm leaving both of those guys in for Mason. We don't even know if CMC is playing yet or not. If he does end up playing and you sit Stevenson for Mason, that could end up being a horrible mistake. As far as the question before that, I'm going to go with Josh Downs if it's a full PPR league. If it's half or standard, I probably still go with Downs, but it might end up bringing Deontay Johnson a little bit closer.
Yeah, that's a tough one. A standard league, this for Sean Theodore says Najee or McLaughlin. I understand that Najee has sucked right now to start the season, but at this point with McLaughlin sharing with Javonte Williams, I'm probably still going to lean Najee, being that it's a standard league.
Cody Arn, start 2, Gibbs, Cook, B-Rob, DJ Moore in a full PPR. It's absolutely Brian Robinson for me. If you want to play it safe, it's James Cook. You could go with Gibbs if you want to try and get a little bit more upside, but I don't necessarily just go with Gibbs has more upside, so I probably wouldn't risk it and just go Cook and B-Rob this week. Red Hulk, start CMC and pick 2 PPR, or sit CMC and start 3. Najee, Judy, Jamal Williams, no, that's Jameson Williams. JSN, yep. Jordan Mason, Elijah Mitchell. You already have, so we know right there that you have the backups. So we are going to save a spot for CMC, Jordan Mason, and Elijah Mitchell. If CMC plays, we'll play him. If he doesn't, we'll play Jordan Mason. So just save those spots right there. As far as the other 2 spots go, let's go ahead and go Najee in 1. And then if DK Metcalf misses for some reason, it would be JSN. If not, I will take the potential big play for Jameson Williams instead.
Let's see here. Alex Lovin, start 2 for my flex spots. We got JT, Brian Robinson, and Jahmyr Gibbs. This is tough because it's probably one of those situations where you're risking putting a lot of points on your bench no matter which way we go. We expect Jonathan Taylor to kind of slowly start taking back over the lead in touches on that team. A lot of people are like, well, how can you stop giving the ball to Zach Moss? He's been doing great. It's because they paid Jonathan Taylor, and you don't pay him that much money to not use him. So he's going to start getting more and more work each week. Right now, the safer options are probably Brian Robinson and Jonathan Taylor. But me, I'm gambling. Personally, I'm going Brian Robinson and Jahmyr Gibbs.
Critic on the beat with a $10 dono. Appreciate you, Critic. My lineup, guys. What is it good enough for tomorrow? Mahomes, Jacobs, Pacheco, Ayuk, Nakua, Laporta, Mostert, Vikings kicker, and defense, only because they are on Monday and just want last chance to win. I mean, if I'm looking at that overall, Mahomes obviously good. Jacobs and Pacheco is good. Ayuk and Nakua is good. Laporta is a smash. Mostert, and absolutely, that's an A- lineup for me. K. Scott, do I drop one of the running backs, Stevenson, Gainwell, Hill, or Keaton Mitchell? Is it time to drop Dotson? Let's go headliners. Really, it's all going to depend on who are you looking to pick up. Am I dropping Ramondre Stevenson? Absolutely not. Not right now. Gainwell, Hill, or Keaton Mitchell. If I had to drop one of those guys, it would be Keaton Mitchell because it's still Justice Hill and Gus Edwards getting the touches over Keaton Mitchell. And as far as dropping Dotson, I mean, it depends on why you'd be dropping him. Are you dropping him to pick up somebody? Do you need the roster space? Could he be dropped? Absolutely. But if you're just dropping him to drop him, I don't know if I would necessarily do that.
Mirinda Nicely. I think that's how you say it. Or let's just say Knicely. Need a running back in a full PPR between Foreman or Jeff Wilson. Oh, Lord. Neither option is great. Let me tell you that right off the bat. We know that D'Onta Foreman's going to get more volume this week. Does that mean more production? Not necessarily, but if you want the safer floor, it's probably D'Onta Foreman. If you just want to totally gamble, I really can see Jeff Wilson with a stat line at the end of the week, something like 8 carries for 20 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like, that wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. Not a lot of volume, but in that offense, it doesn't take a whole lot to score touchdowns. So if you want the safer floor, it's Foreman. If you want to gamble and know that it is a huge gamble, that's when you go with Jeff Wilson. Are you watching a stupid Michigan game?
I'm trying to figure out whether or not Michigan just returned a pick 6, and I'm trying to figure out if the flag is on Michigan State or Michigan.
It's on Michigan. Bring it back. How about we go to SP40-3S080, McLaughlin or Warren for your running back 2 in a standard league. In a standard league, that sucks because all of a sudden Jaylen Warren's going to lose a little bit of value there, being that it's not a PPR scoring. But McLaughlin's still sharing with Javonte Williams. If it's me personally, even though it's not PPR, I'm probably still gambling on Warren.
Diamond Cojones with the 10 bomb. Hey, fellas, I'm 5-1. Would you trade a player? And for someone like who? If anybody's listening right now, let me just try to blanket this real quick again. I know we say this quite a bit. It is really hard for us to answer a question like that. If you just say, should I trade this player for who? Or who should I be trying to trade for? We don't know, because there's a lot of factors that go into that. The factors are, yes, your roster, but league settings, what do other rosters look like? Are teams buying? Are teams selling? If there's a team that we're interested in, what are the parts that they need the most? I could look at your team and be like, all right, Mostert, Hall, Barkley, Pacheco, Kamara, running backs are good. Diggs, Puka, Mike Thomas, Judy. Okay, we definitely need to get a wide receiver. You need a little bit better of maybe a wide receiver 3 that you could potentially use. But who are you going to, like, what team are you going to trade with? Okay, are we going to get a wide receiver from them? Do they even need a running back? Are they thin at wide receiver as well? So, the one thing I can tell you, yes, appreciate the donation. I can't give you a whole lot of feedback other than you need to be looking for a solid wide receiver 3 in case you have an injury or something. Ricky becoming a member for the 15th month. A couple of questions for you all. All PPR, need upside. Only question 1, start 1. Josh Downs, Pickens, Osborne, Dobbs, Palmer. He wants both of our opinions. Jake, I'm going to go Dobbs given the matchup.
Only one of those? Yes, I would agree with that.
Question 2, flex Josh Downs or Wan'Dale Robinson. Side note, have Pittman starting in the wide receiver slot already. It is a full PPR league. So does Downs have maybe a little bit more upside than Wan'Dale Robinson? Yes. But if Wan'Dale Robinson gets 8 targets and catches all 8 of them again this week and has 60 yards even, dude's going well over 10 points, and you don't need to worry about Pittman and Downs fighting at that point. I probably go Wan'Dale Robinson there.
I do too, because I don't want 2 wide receivers that face Cleveland in my same lineup in the same week. I don't want that.
Jerry Medina, need a running back, have CMC. He's in my flex. Roshan out. Who would you pick up? Elliott, Gus Edwards, Algier, Justice Hill, Gainwell, or Latavius Murray? If I had to pick up one of those guys, I would go with Justice Hill against Detroit. Not a great matchup. However, he gets the looks in the red zone, so he has the best touchdown upside out of these teams, or out of all these guys. And he also has a little bit PPR upside for me there. I think he gets worked into the passing game a little bit. I probably go with him.
Mike says Kareem Hunt or Jonnu Smith as your flex, and then football us. He put a little football emoji in there. Honestly, I really try to not flex my tight end, Mike, at least not when the cameras are on. So for this instance, once again here, I'm flexing the guy that I know is going to get guaranteed volume, and that's going to be Kareem Hunt.
Just so everybody is aware, the penalty was on Michigan State, 34-0 Michigan. Actually, I think it's 35-0 now. Byron, Austin, hey lads, please rank at the flex. Justice Hill, Elijah Mitchell, Darrell Henderson, and Kendrick Bourne. I'm probably going to roll with Kendrick Bourne here. He's the only person out of this group that gets like consistent volume in terms of targets. Chad Powers becoming a member for the 12th month. Jake and Kyle, forehead kisses. Forehead kisses. Go ahead, Jake. You got to say it too.
No, that's your thing.
2 and 4 in a PPR league. I have Lawrence, Geno, Saquon, Monty, Stevenson, Ford, Roschon, Waddle, Ridley, Collins, Higgins, Addison, London, Kmet, and Kincaid. Any suggestions to package or tips? Chad, you kind of heard me give like the answer to everybody a couple of minutes ago, but you're full Chubb, so ask in Discord as well and post those lineups there. I mean, fine at wide receiver or fine at quarterback. Running back is not too bad right now. Wide receiver wise, I'm probably looking for a wide receiver. Maybe packaging a guy like Collins and like Ford together and maybe trading for like an upgrade there. That is what I would be looking at, as potentially packaging like Ford and one of your wide receivers for an upgrade at wide receiver. And then Kevin Lefebvre. Again, it says welcome to Full Chubb, but I'm pretty sure he was already a member, so YouTube is just acting a fool today.
It could entirely be that. Anna says, if I start giving forehead kisses, she's going to quit. So that's why I knew that ahead of time, Anna. That's why I got your back. We can't have...
by the way, Jake, and just because you said Anna, it made me think about it, because I feel like Anna would be the most upset about this. But somebody in the members only film today said that my new nickname is now Big Tasty and agrees that everybody should have to call me that.
Listen, because one person has an opinion, Kyle, doesn't mean that it's going to go to that. I think people would vote against that.
I feel like it's a great opinion.
No, absolutely not. I will argue against that one. Let's see here. Jake, does your gut still say Rice is the guy in Kansas City? Now, I'm not going to say the guy all season, because we know that they're having a total mid-off at the wide receiver position in Kansas City. This week, though, I just feel like the momentum has been building for Rashee Rice to have a bigger game. And now he has a great matchup against the worst team, against opposing wide receivers, and they're at home in Kansas City. I can see him having a good game here this week.
Go ahead and ask or answer another question real quick.
The Lunatic also says he is voting against that nickname. Anna says that is a horrific opinion. People are just already voting against it. The Lone Boner Mac himself says he is not going to call you that, Kyle, and that should be enough for this conversation to be over.
Mac can just keep calling me daddy. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen either. Big Pasty. I like that one. We can go with Big Pasty.
I'm not that white.
You're about to be. You're not going to see the sun for like the next 6 months. So you're going to get Pasty. James Freeman, Kareem Hunt, Jacoby Myers, Chris Godwin, or DK Metcalf. I can pick two of them. Well, as of right now, I'm going. Oh God.
What happened?
As of right now, I'm going to go with DK Metcalf as one of them. Remember,
you can't do that. That's an improper use of privileges.
No, I did it. I canceled it. Anyway, back to your question. I'm going to go with DK Metcalf for one of them. For the second one, if you want to play it a little bit safer, you go with Jacoby Myers. If you want to gamble for higher upside, it's Kareem Hunt.
Jake is just worried that people are going to vote for it. Truth. Good problems this week, fellas. That might be the only person that I've heard to say they have good problems this week. Got Puka, exactly. Mike Evans, Zay Flowers, Lockett, and DK. I'm all ears. Appreciate what you do, gents. Cheers. Am I ranking them? If I had to rank them, and Jake,
I think he's just showing he's got a lot of options this week.
Oh.
I'm guessing, but he says I'm all ears, though, so I don't really know.
I know. I was going to rank him for him real quick. Let me rank him real fast. We're going to go Puka, and then we're going to go... I just want to verify a couple of things here. We're going to go Puka first, and then Mike Evans. And then we're going to go Tyler Lockett, Zay Flowers, and then DK. There you go. Ranked them for you. Fear Boner becoming a member for the 13th month. Would you drop Justin Fields or hold? Also, I was wondering if Darrell Henderson or Royce Freeman off waiver wire if I drop Justin Fields. If I had to pick one of those running backs, I would pick Darrell Henderson. And unless you have like a top-notch quarterback over Justin Fields and it's a one quarterback league, I'm going to probably try to hold Justin Fields. And then if he's ruled out for tomorrow, hopefully you can put him in an IR spot at that point.
Tyler is getting pissed out there in the chat. Tyler's like, listen, man, smash the damn like button. We haven't even broken 300 yet. Like, WTF. Tyler's getting pissed. I've seen Tyler pissed before. We don't want him to continue to be pissed, so everybody better listen to him. Stay sane one last time. Like, he's the only person out there leaving a question. Love or Geno? I mean, if you watched my video this week, you would have had your answer and wouldn't have to worry about going one last time. Jordan Love is still higher.
I just realized my AC wasn't on. John Williams, start 3 in a full PPR. Flowers, Ayuk, London, or DJ Moore. We are going to go with Ayuk for 1. We are going to go with Flowers for the other. And then for the third, we're going to go DJ Moore. Lock it in. DWZ becoming a member for the 7th month of excessive chub. Sup, fellas? McLaughlin or Wandell and a half PPR, and should I drop Zeke as the Stevenson owner? I mean, I'm not holding Zeke because Zeke still isn't doing anything to get fantasy relevant volume, and after Stevenson last week, Zeke isn't going to get it this week either, so I wouldn't be holding Zeke for any reason. As far as McLaughlin or Wandell to me is the safest bet, but McLaughlin would have more upside. And then Ben King, with Debo out, do I play Juwan Jennings? I don't love it, but I don't want to. But if you're in an emergency situation, honestly, Ben, it's going to depend on what other situations or what other potential players you have to put in there. So I wouldn't want to, no.
Let's see. We have here, who is better, Sam Laporta or Mark Andrews? Well, that's a very difficult problem to have. I mean, it's a good problem, I guess, because they're two of the top tight ends here in fantasy football. This week, I just feel like Baltimore's going to have to throw the ball against Detroit. They're going to have to. They're not going to be able to move it on the ground. They can't move it on the ground against bad rushing defenses. They're not going to be able to do it against Detroit. I'm still going with Mark Andrews, but it's super close.
Zen Rebel Studios. In a 12-team PPR, need a flex. Thank you both. Doobs, Wandell, Rashee, Elijah Mitchell, Downs, and Moss. I'm going to go with the Doobs here. Pete Wheeler, pick 3 of 4 in a standard league. Nakua, yes. Watson, Stevenson, and Cooper, and then Musgrave or Smith for tight end. I'm going to go Musgrave over Smith if you want more upside, but Smith will be safer. Nakua definitely for me. Since it's a standard league, I will also go with Watson. And then as far as Stevenson or Cooper go, I probably lean towards Stevenson in a standard league. Keontae Holland becoming a member for the 7th month. What's good? Jake and Kyle in a full PPR pick 1. DJ Moore or Brian Robinson. Ladies and gentlemen, if we're asking about Brian Robinson, you all have tattled on yourself for not watching my rankings video this week. It is Brian Robinson for sure. And then the second question is Luke Musgrave, Logan Thomas, Everett, or Mayer. Pick 1 for the tight end. And give me some Lucas Muzzlegrave.
Muzzlegrave? Did you add some letters in there?
Yeah.
How about we go to Adam Walker? Says pick 2, please. Thank you for saying please, Adam. Adam out there showing the respect. He says Chris Godwin, Terry McLaurin, and Kareem Hunt in a full PPR. I'm going to start Terry McLaurin this week. In a good matchup going up against the Giants, I'm going with Terry McLaurin. So that leaves us between Chris Godwin and Kareem Hunt. Chris Godwin hasn't had a game yet with over 10 targets other than the game that Mike Evans got injured, and I don't know if we're going to see that in a difficult matchup this week going against the Atlanta Falcons. So give me Kareem Hunt in the other spot.
Ricky with the 10 bomb. Couple questions for you all both. All PPR looking for upside. Question 1, Stevenson or Pittman? Whoo. Is it weird that I'm saying Pittman for most upside in a PPR?
I'm just worried about the matchup against Cleveland.
All right,
they haven't allowed hardly anything this year.
You talked me out of it.
That didn't take much.
No. Question number 2, Gibbs or Pittman?
I'm still going Gibbs.
Gonna go Gibbs here too? All right,
Yep.
Let's go Gibbs. Question 3, Gibbs or Jerome Ford? I go Jerome Ford here.
You really don't trust your own team that much, do you?
Do I trust them to play a good game? Yes, I do. I think they've earned that right at this point. Do I trust them to use Gibbs in the matchup? Absolutely not.
I'm still gambling. I'm still going with Gibbs. This will probably be the last week that I would start him. Because if he doesn't produce this week, he's not going to rest of season unless there's like multiple injuries.
And then Amari Cooper, if Deshaun plays, or Christian Watson. Christian Watson for most upside.
Yep.
Cammy, pick 2, a running back 2 in a flex. Javonte Williams, DK Metcalf, and Moss in a half PPR. What is the word on DK? Is it still that he's just like questionable?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think that he's going to miss. Everything I've said doesn't sound like. Let me see if there's anything else new out there.
I do not want to start Moss this week if I don't have to, like at all. The safest bet is going to be Javonte Williams and DK Metcalf. If you want to try and go more upside, then go DK and Moss, but you're going to have to hope that Moss scores a touchdown. Sammy played Hill on Thursday. Thanks, Kyle. Foreman or Jacoby Myers? If it's a full or half PPR league, it's going to be Jacoby Myers. If it's standard, it'll be Foreman. Ron Gertiza. Hey, Jake and Kyle. This week is killing me. Need help for the flex in a full PPR. Start one. Jeff Wilson Jr., KJ Osborne, Josh Downs, Jameson Williams, or Jordan Mason. Out of that group right there, it's got to be KJ Osborne.
Hang on. I'm asking the doc real quick.
Okay. Bango Shanks becoming a member for the 13th month. Pick 2 in a full PPR. Zay Flowers, Scary Terry, Rasheed Rice, much love. Thanks for all you do. Bango, appreciate you. Give me Zay Flowers and Scary Terry here. Paul M. in a PPR rolling with Jeff Wilson. Need to drop one of these 4 to make room. KJ Osborne. Certain, but I'm going to guess that's Sutton. AJ Dillon, Deontay Foreman also need a flex from one of the 4. If I'm dropping anyone, it's going to be Sutton. And if I'm playing anybody here, if for some reason Aaron Jones misses, go with AJ Dillon. If not, I'll go with Deontay Foreman. Ricky with a 10 bomb. Question for y'all both. Question 1 and a half PPR. Mike Gesicki if Hunter Henry is out, or Cole Kmet? I'm still going to go with Cole Kmet here.
All right, let's see. I had one I wanted to read here. Where did it go?
No, I'm asking you.
Oh, I didn't. Well, I wasn't even listening to you.
It's a Ricky question, so he wants both of our input.
Okay, what is it?
Gesicki if Hunter Henry is out, or Cole Kmet?
I'd probably still lean towards Cole Kmet because we haven't seen anything in New England.
And then question number 2 in a full PPR: Mo Cox, Mo Problems, or Cade Otton? Probably go Cade Otton because Mo Alley isn't getting many looks right now. Kylan Granson is the number 1 tight end.
Yep. Stingin says, if you don't hit the like button, your quarterback's going to get less than 5 points this week. I'd probably listen to him.
That is an awful day. That's not bad. That's terrible.
That's awful. That is horrific.
Wait, one more. JSN, Elijah, or Khalif Raymond? I can't start Khalif Raymond. I would go... If DK misses, JSN. If he doesn't, I'll go with Elijah Mitchell and just pray for a touchdown. Okay.
Joe R says this show is the balls. Hit the like. Okay. At first I thought it was going to be like something not nice, but apparently the balls is a good
that
thing.
Was not the way I saw this going.
Exactly. Tyquan Douglas says Curtis Samuel or Deontay Johnson. If you watched this offseason, you know I love some Deontay Johnson as a safe mid to low end wide receiver 3. Easily, that's what he was drafted as this year. I love that. But the safety as of right now with him coming off of an injury where he hasn't played since week 1 is still Curtis Samuel.
Touchdown Michigan, 41-0.
Why are you even watching it? Who cares?
I'm going to go ahead and pimp out Jake here real quick. If we get to 850 likes, Jake will let it flow. E-Man becoming a member for the 7th month. Ayuk or James Cook over Bijan? Neither over Bijan. It's a full PPR. You got to play Bijan then. Also, do I still send Ford to get Kyron now that he's on IR? It depends. If you've got enough depth and you can wait for Kyron Williams, I would take Kyron Williams for a playoff push over Jerome Ford. But also in the same sense now, because Kyron Williams is on IR, you can probably get a little bit more for Jerome Ford. In fact, I would wait until after tomorrow because he should still have a decent day against the Indianapolis run defense. Wait until after tomorrow, then offer Jerome Ford for Kyron Williams plus more, and you might be able to get it. Blast Boys Plumbing, keep up the good work, boys. Appreciate you. Vertically Challenged sent their first donation, $2. Appreciate you, Vertically. Dan Steele, Deontay or Scary Terry the rest of the season. If it's a PPR league, I'm leaning Deontay Johnson here. Anything else, I would probably still lean Scary Terry. Ricky, 2 defensive questions need upside. Raiders or Seahawks? Hold on real quick. I've got the Seahawks higher, and then Giants, Rams, or Falcons. Giants, Rams, the Giants.
All right. My turn now?
I was just waiting to see how long it would take.
I was just waiting for you to give me a break so I could hop in here. Sean says, Kyle, if Rachaad White goes off, he wants a free draft guide next year. So apparently, what I'm reading into this is Kyle can be right about Rachaad White for 6 weeks, but if Sean gets it right for 1, Sean wins.
Wait, what was said?
I don't know. Something about Rachaad. We know that we're not Rachaad White truthers. We're just not. We've never have been, really.
Yeah, he's been bad all season. You want to make a bet on 1 week? It's not making up for how garbage he's been.
Howard Mighty says he just farted, just in case anybody was wondering. Congratulations,
Okay.
Howard. Mason Espinoza. Who do I start between Lockett, Evans, and Jacoby Myers? I think if you want to play it safer, it's Jacoby Myers. If you want to gamble on higher upside, I'm going to go with Tyler Lockett.
Okay, listen. Honestly, 973 people watching. I just looked at the likes and I didn't realize how bad they were. Only 388 likes. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching right now and you're asking your question repeatedly, we're going to be answering questions until 11 or 11:30 tonight. It is free and easy to do to hit the like button. Could you please hit the like button? It helps share the stream. It helps grow the community. Just hit the like button real quick. And if you're holding your like hostage for a question to be answered, then you're not a real member of the community anyway.
Boom,
Isaac
shots
Cordova.
fired.
Isaac Cordova, rank these tight ends for the rest of the season. Henry, Jonnu, Everett, and Mayer. Right now, I would have to go Jonnu, probably Mayer, which is crazy to say, then Everett, then Henry, because I don't know who the quarterback is going to be, and Henry's banged up right now, so I can't do much. Okay.
Yeah.
James Freeman, DK Myers, Chris Godwin, start 2. I'm going to guess that's Jacoby Myers. Give me Jacoby Myers and Chris Godwin. Kevin Lefebvre, CMC, Craig Reynolds, Latavius Murray, pick 2. All my other running backs are hurt. Honestly, Craig Reynolds probably isn't going to get many touches today. Tomorrow, I would go CMC and Latavius and just keep your fingers crossed. Ray Foltz becoming a member for the 26 months. I've been a member for over 2 years, but a headliner much longer, guys. It's been one heck of a time. Much love to everyone. Ray, appreciate your support. Swirl, do I start Christian Watson or Devontae Smith? I probably go with Christian Watson over Devontae Smith this week. Rick Nyberg, half PPR, Ingram or Hill? If you want to play it safe, it's Ingram. If you want more upside, it's Hill.
Ambiguity wants to know if I can get him a celebrity shot. What is that? Is that something that I probably shouldn't be saying on the internet?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I don't know what that is, ambiguity, but sure. How about please pick 2 for Caleb Saylor out of Eckler, Swift, and Pacheco. Oh, that one's tough right there. That is a lose situation because you're going to end up sitting somebody that's going to end up scoring some points this week. I'm going to start Austin Eckler, so that leaves us between Isaiah Pacheco and DeAndre Swift. Man, I don't want to sit either one of those guys, but if I absolutely had to, I sit Pacheco and I start Swift, and I don't feel great about it.
Happy, start Howell or Goff? I'm pretty sure it's Goff. It is Goff.
Yes.
And then the Ravens or Steelers defense. I don't think I can say start the Ravens defense if I just said start Goff.
Yeah.
The Steelers' defense are higher anyway. Vertically challenged, need a flex in a full PPR league. Rachaad White, Jaylen Warren, or Deontay Johnson. Here's where I will go Jaylen Warren. Mike V, need a flex. So many injuries, and I don't know which bad wide receiver to start. I have Judy, Tony, and Mooney on Chicago, and I have PPR. I'm not going to go Mooney with Badgen as the quarterback. Probably going to go with Judy here, even though I don't love it. Demetrios, D-Dog here, non-PPR starters. Goff, Foreman and Mostert, Amon-Ra and Flowers, Curtis Samuel, Goddard, Browns defense, kicker is Moody, bench is Stafford, Josh Reynolds, Najee Harris, restaurant buys. Keep it. Thanks, headliners. Yeah, I'm good with it. Let's leave it as is and lock it in. Edward sent a $5 donation for his super chat here on the live stream. Edward, appreciate you. Carlos Douglas in a full PPR trying to find a win with all the Week 7 buys. Need 2 out of these 4. KJ Osborne, Juwan Jennings, Jahan Dotson, and Michael Wilson. Thanks. Give me KJ Osborne. If you want to go upside, go Jahan Dotson. Since it is a full PPR, I wouldn't mind going Juwan Jennings here.
Aloha Nunnies? Hopefully I didn't butcher the last name. I think I got the first name right, though. It says, what's up, guys? Shout out from Hawaii. out there in Hawaii right now. Who should I start at quarterback this week? Brock Purdy or Jordan Love? I still love Brock Purdy. I still have him inside my top 12, but Jordan Love coming off the bye week, going up against Denver, I have a couple spots higher.
Isaac Cordova becoming a member for the 26th month. Tight end question was supposed to be rankings for rest of the season.
Are you looking for it?
Henry. Oh, I know it was Isaac. Yeah, I know it said ROS, rest of the season. I knew that. I ranked him in that order. But when I said because Henry's banged up and we don't even know who the quarterback is, that's why I put him last, because I don't know how long he's going to be banged up for. He's not even healthy right now. That's why I still had him last anyway. Iz Quierdo. Bourne, Downs, Wandell, or OBJ? Can you rank, please, in a full PPR? It would be Bourne, Wandell, Downs, and OBJ for me. Ahmed, Baker, or Stafford, Ramondre, or Palmer at the flex? Definitely Ramondre. And then I believe Stafford is going to be higher at quarterback. Yep. Robert L. Jones becoming a member for the 13th month in a full PPR. Pick 2, Aaron Jones, Jeff Wilson. Definitely Aaron Jones. Or Deontay Foreman. I appreciate you both. It's Aaron Jones if he's playing tomorrow. If he's not, then it's Deontay Foreman. Funko Pop Asylum becoming a member for the 7th month. Please pick 2 running backs and 1 flex. Aaron Jones, yes. Stevenson, Madison, Foreman, Osborne, and Gabe Davis. Let's go with Stevenson and let's go with Gabe Davis and pick one to drop. Greg Gainwell or Craig Reynolds. We're going to drop Craig Reynolds. Mir Escobar sent their first super chat. Mir, appreciate you. Should I look into trading Chris Olave? Saints look horrible. I know they look horrible, but Chris Olave is still getting double-digit targets in almost every game this year. So if you're trading Chris Olave, we're not selling low on him, which is probably what people are going to try and do to you. SP4D3S080. McLaughlin or Warren for RB2 in a standard league. Since it's standard, I'll go McLaughlin. Fill in the blank. Love the show as always. Phil, appreciate you. Full PPR, Jalen Warren or Rashad White. Give me some Jalen Warren. I know White is higher in your rankings. Wait, he is?
This is for full PPR.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, since it's full PPR, then Jalen Warren would be higher. My rankings are in half PPR, so Jalen Warren gets a bump. Christian Campos. Hey, Jake and Kyle, need 2 flex spots in a half PPR. Aaron Jones, Pacheco, and Watson. If Aaron Jones plays, I will play Aaron Jones. Pacheco is absolutely in there. If Aaron Jones is out, then obviously Watson will be in. Ben King gifted a membership to the Headliner Nation community. Ben, appreciate you. Thank you for that. SP4D3S808. Or 080, becoming a member of Holden Chubb. Joker FDY becoming a member of Holden Chubb. Appreciate you, Jake. You can have a couple now if you want.
Okay, I was just, you were on a roll right
I
there,
give
Kyle.
you permission.
Yeah, nice try. Augustine says Gibbs or Laporta for the flex. Same thing. I really don't like to flex a tight end unless I absolutely have to. I'm going to gamble on the higher upside of Gibbs. Nick Sakowski says we are the best in the business, and since Nick said it, you better believe we're going to listen to it. Somebody said Jake was just sitting here waiting patiently. You better freaking believe I was. Kyle was just on a roll, and when Kyle gets on a roll, you kind of just got to let him go, because at some point the roll is going to stop and he's not going to do anything for a while. So I got to take advantage of it while I can. Hollywood Brown or Amari Cooper at the flex in a full PPR. Now that we think that Deshaun Watson is playing, as long as Deshaun Watson is playing, I'll have Amari Cooper slightly higher than Hollywood Brown. Jeff Harper says 475 more likes, and I'll give 10 memberships. Hit the damn like button. Woo! Jeff wants to give away memberships tonight, so be sure to hit the like button. Musgrave or Jonnu Smith in a half PPR. I'm still going to lean towards Musgrave. Keontae Ingram or Jeff Wilson Jr. in a half PPR. I would really prefer not to start either one. But if I had to, since they're both gambles, give me the guy on the better offense, and I'll go with Jeff Wilson Jr. and just cross my fingers. Ertz or Logan Thomas rest of season for MH. I think if you want the safer floor, the solid start each and every week, it's going to be Zach Ertz. If you want to have those games where you want to gamble a little bit more for some higher upside, it's Logan Thomas. He's just going to be a little bit more hit or miss. Sean Norton says he put his like in, so if we don't hit the like goal, it's not his fault. Grizz says he liked with his account, his wife's account, and his son's account. So we know Grizz Moreno out there doing work right now. Some dumb I'm not going to finish it out because YouTube will flag me. It says Curtis Samuel, Dobbs, or JSN at wide receiver 2 in a full PPR. Please help. I don't know what to do. So between Dobbs, Samuel, or JSN, as of right now, with DK Metcalf looking like he probably will play, he's a game time decision, it's not going to be JSN. If you want to play it safer, it's Curtis Samuel. If you want to gamble a little bit more, that's when it becomes Romeo Dobbs. Foreman or Moss at the flex and a half PPR for Trendon. I mean, it should be Moss, right? But we don't know what that split is going to do going forward. It's going to start going back closer and closer to more JT, which means Foreman could see more touches this week. I'm probably going to lean towards Foreman ever so slightly. Don Ali, Pickett or Mayfield in a 4-touchdown Superflex league. I have Baker Mayfield only one spot higher than Kenny Pickett. Tua or Goff for Tyquan Douglas. I have Tua as my number 2 overall quarterback this week, so it's going to be Tua. Pacheco or Swift in a standard league for Donovan B in standard. We've started to see Pacheco get more involved in the pass-catching game, which is great. I think Pacheco is probably going to give you that safer floor, but if you want the higher ceiling, that's when you go Swift.
All right, Jake, we're less than 300 likes away from letting it flow, so I'm going to rip through some of these super chats here real quick, so we're not so far behind when you do that. Christian Compost in a half PPR, need an RB2 due to buys and 2 flex spots. Aaron Jones, Gibbs, Ford, Madison, DJ Moore, and Addison. Appreciate you guys. I'm going with 3 running backs with Aaron Jones, Gibbs, and Ford. Adrian Hernandez, flex, George Pickens, DJ Moore, JSN, Romeo, Doobs. I'm going to go Doobs in his matchup. Patrick Mayer dropping a 20 bomb in the super chat. Let's do a little hashtag Patrick in the chat for his generosity. And a full PPR pick, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a flex. Javonte Williams, Ford, Madison, Jeff Wilson Jr., Gus Bus, Jordan Mason, Diggs, Davis, Puka, and Lit Porta playing Kelsey at tight end. Opponent has CMC, so I vultured Mason. Might drop him for Wan'Dale Robinson. Honestly, I would hold Mason just to make sure that he doesn't grab him for some reason. Unless you're on a waiver system and he couldn't pick him up until Monday anyway, then you could go ahead and do it. As far as wide receivers go, we're going with Diggs, and we're going to go with, I'm assuming Davis is Gabe Davis. I'm going to go Diggs and Puka. And then I'm going to go Lit Porta for your flex because I don't love your running back options. So let's go Lit Porta in the flex. For your 2 running backs, we're going to go Javonte Williams, and we're going to go with Ford. Augustin Itrulade. I definitely messed it up. Should I trade Mark Andrews or Sam Laporta for Kenneth Walker? If so, which tight end? Yes, either one. It doesn't matter, but make that trade. I highly
100%.
doubt someone is trading you Kenneth Walker for a tight end, but if it happens, it doesn't matter who. Just make the trade. Christian Campos, rate my lineup for a standard league. Josh Allen, Mostert, Gibbs, A.J. Brown, Waddle, Kittle, Ayuk, 49ers defense, and Butker. I'd give it a solid B+. There's a little bit of a PPR feeling here with like Gibbs and Waddle, and then even potentially Kittle, and a lot of 49ers that you have to bank on, so I'll give it a B+. Bradley Colbaugh, love the content, guys. Only channel worth watching. I'll agree with that. Jake, I'm still saying Love is a top 3 quarterback this week. Thoughts?
I have him at like number 7, so we're not too far off.
Brent, I have Kupp and Puka in a half-point PPR. Do you feel safe with that? Or would you trade away Puka for another wide receiver like Zay Flowers? No. Puka got a 33% target share last week. He just didn't get a ton of catchable targets, and he dropped one too. Chris L., I have CMC at the flex. Should I start Laporta at tight end since I have Hockenson as a buffer, or sit CMC and play Laporta or Christian Watson at the flex? Hockenson is safer. Laporta has more upside. Christian Watson has more upside. I probably play Hockenson and Christian Watson over Laporta and CMC. Furio, Dante with the 10 bomb. You guys are my assistant coaches, so I need advice. 12-team PPR. My wide receivers are Devontae Smith, Drake London, and Puka. Need a flex. Jaden Reed, Rashad White, or Deontay Johnson. It's a full PPR league. I probably still go Rashad White here, even though I don't like him. Wadden Reich. In a full PPR, if Jones is not in, Henderson or Hunt, it's definitely Hunt. Flex Christian Watson over Pickett and Superflex. I mean, it depends on who your quarterback is. I also have Roshan. Someone dropped Herbert. Do I grab him? If you have the IR space, I would stash Herbert. And then Watson over Pickett. I I thought it said Pickens.
And it says Pickett.
Pickett. If you want more upside, I'm okay with that, but it's going to be much riskier, so Pickett will be a lot safer. Joker, FDY, I have too many wide receivers, A.J. Brown, Nakua, Hollywood, Evans, Collins. Who should I trade for what big piece? My running backs are Henry Hall, Brian Robinson, tight end is Janu. Ask around. Again, kind of the same thing I've said several times already tonight. I can't tell you who to go trade for because I don't have all the information. I did a members only video yesterday though, breaking down the DRBR and basically every single top 35 running back and whether or not I would trade for them, trade them away, or I'm neutral on them. Go check out that film since you're so strong at wide receiver. See what guys I'm talking about and start conversations around them. Jacob Griffin, accept Rachaad White for my Jaylen Warren. No, I'm holding Jaylen Warren because Rachaad White is not trending up. Jaylen Warren is. I would hold Jaylen Warren. Kevin Lefebvre becoming a member for the 13th month. See, I knew that he was already
Yeah, he'd been
a
around
member.
for a while.
Zach Evans, Zach Moss, Justice Hill, pick 2 in a 16-team league. I'd probably go with Zach Evans and Zach Moss here and hope for the volume there. Rep and Gold Steel in a half PPR. Should I trade Mixon or Hunt for Zay Flowers? Or other running backs are Walker, Mostert, and Cook. Other wide receivers Hill, Kirk, Moore. I'm assuming is DJ Moore, Deebo Samuel, and Wan'Dale Robinson. I would trade, if you really want to make the trade, if you still had Walker, Mostert, Cook, and Mixon, that's a really, really good base. So trading Hunt for Zay Flowers, I'm absolutely okay with it. Establish a little bit more depth for your wide receivers. Alan Aguilar, trade is being offered to him. Opponents wants Breece Hall and Thielen for Tyler Lockett and Achane. I have Mostert, Walker, Najee, Madison, and Hunt. They want your Breece Hall and Adam Thielen for Tyler Lockett and Devon Achane. Tell them to go kick rocks and figure out how to send better trades because that is god-awful for you. Would y'all do it? I think I just answered that for you. Punch that dude in the balls the next time you see him. If it's a woman, just kindly say no. Scott Daigle just got Jamar Chase for DJ Moore and DeAndre Swift. The only way I'm okay with that, Scott, is if for some reason you have really, really solid running backs. If you traded a running back like DeAndre Swift that you're using consistently, I'm not as excited for it. Keisha? I was going to say Keisha, but I wanted to make sure. Keisha. Keisha? I'm going to go with Keisha. No, probably not. Maybe.
Hey,
let us know. Oh, and she became a member as well. So
I'm
we'll
watching
find out
the chat for her to see what her name is. Can you tell us how
with
to pronounce it?
With Achane on IR and Breece Hall on a bye, who do I start as my RB2? AJ Dillon or Jeff Wilson? I have Hill and Ayuk as my wide receiver, half PPR. I'll go with AJ Dillon because given the matchup, he could still find himself with some decent yards, and I don't think Jeff Wilson is just taking over as RB2 right away. Ed Miller. Becoming a member for the 25th month. What's up, fellas? In a half PPR flex, Deontay Foreman, Deontay Johnson, Curtis Samuel, Jordan Mason, or the Doobs. If I'm only picking one, give me the Dobbs here. If you want to go with the best upside, if you want to play it safe, go with Curtis Samuel. Cole Kmet, Musgrave, Logan Thomas. Musgrave is going to be the highest upside there. Defense is Baltimore, Washington, Rams, or the Bucks. Baltimore, Washington, Rams, or the Bucks. It's definitely Washington for me. K. Scott, my apologies. Do I drop Stevenson, Hill, Gainwell, Keaton, Mitchell for Henderson, dropping Dotson because of production? If you want to drop Dotson because of production, again, it depends on who you're looking. If you're dropping Dotson anyway and you want to pick up Henderson, then that's fine. If you're trying to drop Dotson and you have to drop somebody else as well, I would still drop Keaton Mitchell.
It's Keisha, by the way, Kyle. It's Keisha.
It's Keisha. Okay, got it. Keisha. Then we know. Which is what we said to begin with. High five.
I think we nailed it right off the top.
To us.
That's what I'm talking about.
Danny Alson. Start one running back, one flex in a full PPR. Antonio Gibson, A.J. Dillon, Zeke, Jacoby Myers, Kendrick Bourne, or Josh Reynolds. It's definitely Jacoby Myers in the flex. As far as the running back position goes, then it would have to be AJ Dillon there for me. SCMZ Gaming and Keisha both becoming members of Holden Chubb. Welcome into the exclusive Headliner Nation. Nick gifting 10 memberships to the Headliner Nation community. Nick, appreciate you. Thanks so much for the generosity. And of course, as always, a little hashtag LitNick in the chat. The Beast wants to start Devontae Smith or Christian Watson. I'm going to go Christian Watson. Sam Bonini. Zay Flowers or Hollywood Brown. Zay Flowers probably the highest upside, but Hollywood Brown will be safer for me. Completely stuttering over my words now. Ryan Ramey, full PPR, need one Pittman, Rice, or Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson in a full PPR, probably the safest. John Stork with a $5 donation. Appreciate you. Vic with a $10 donation. Need to drop because of players in the IR. PPR, Tua, Brian Robinson, Eckler, Nakua, Waddle, Ridley, Godare. Flexes Downs and Madison. Benches Purdy, Henry, Mason, Reynolds, and Wan'Dale Robinson with Dobbs there as well. FYI, I am 100% playing Dobbs over Madison in your flex. IR is Aaron Jones, Chubb, Deebo Samuel, and Deontay Johnson. You have to drop, unfortunately, Reynolds out of that group to activate Deontay Johnson. And then if Aaron Jones comes off, then I'm probably dropping Wan'Dale Robinson as well. Jose Hernandez. Becoming a member for the 29th month. It's been a great 29 month. Everyone hit the like. Get on Discord because it's a banger. And football, PPR, Jordan Mason or Deontay Foreman. Much love. Kyle is smart. Jose, I appreciate you. Thanks so much. Give me Deontay Foreman. Solo Chad. Solo Chad sending a $10 dono and a full PPR running back trouble. Hall, Mixon, Pollard on buys. I'm playing Swift and Zach Evans at running back with Kupp and Marquise Brown at my wide receivers. Wide receiver running back spot is between Pittman, Deontay Smith, and Christian Watson. Who might save me? I'm going to go with Christian Watson to try and offset that low floor from Zach Evans. Cody Peterson with a $10 donation. Managed to pitch Nakua and Kittle for Josh Allen. Also had Jalen Hurts, so with Nakua gone, I need a new flex, Cody. I really hope that was a super flex league that you did that in, because if you didn't, that's a whole lot. And even with that, I really don't know. Full PPR, would you trust the workload of Madison or go Zach Moss? I probably go Zach Moss and just hope he scores a touchdown.
Yep.
Joe R., T-Law, ETN, Moster, Ayuk, London, Ingram, Moore, Bijan, Bench, Godwin, Ford, Mason, Sutton, Samuel, and Downs. Fix the lineup. So ETN and Mostert at running back, Ayuk and London at wide receiver. Who would Moore be? Maybe DJ Moore, Sky Moore, Elijah Moore.
There's a lot of Moores out there.
All of those guys, honestly, I'm playing Godwin or Ford over any of them, and I'm probably leaning towards Ford. He gives you a little bit of safety, given that you've got some rough upside with a couple of other guys. So I would go with Ford there. Tommy Theologis becoming a member for the 25th month. What up, fellas? Thank you for all the fantasy knowledge. You guys rock. Tommy, appreciate you. In the clutch with the $10 dono. I have Purdy, Burrow, Eckler, Bijan, Jacobs, CD, St. Brown, Ayuk, Tank Dell, Zach Ertz, Dalton Schultz, Kareem Hunt. I was trying to get forward all the way through it without having to take a breath, but I didn't. But I'm 2-4. Should I worry? I worked a lot of trades. No, I mean, I like your team. It just sounds like that you're probably dealing with a little bit of bad luck and injuries right now. I'm staying the course with what you got. Western Gods, PPR, Logan Thomas or Zach Musgrave.
No idea who that is.
Luke Musgrave. Give me Luke Musgrave. 314, skip to my Lou. Need a flex and a full PPR. Zach Evans, DJ Moore, Drake London, Craig Reynolds. Your safest bet is going to be probably Drake London, with DJ Moore having the most upside. If you need more upside, I go DJ Moore. If you want to play it safe, go Drake London. Tough week for me because of the buys and the injuries. Ricky with a $10 dono. Would love to hear you both on these need to cut. Have two and a full PPR between Josh Downs, Osborne's, Pickens. What order would you cut them, with one being likely to cut if Aaron Jones needs to cut two? I mean, if I'll rank these in terms of cutting them, I would go Osborne, Downs, and Pickens in that order.
Yep, I agree with that.
Keaton Powell, welcome to Holden Chubb. Thanks so much for joining the exclusive Headliner Nation. Keisha with a $10 dono. Keisha becoming a member and throwing some donations out there tonight. Keisha, appreciate you. Keisha, let us know in the comments. Is this the first time you've been here, or have you been here previously? Let us know in the comments. Who to start at RB2 with a Chan on IR and Brees on a bye? Wait, didn't I answer this one? Maybe she resent it because she thought it maybe didn't go through. So Jeff Wilson or A.J. Dillon? I have A.J. Dillon. Barkley is RB win. Hill and Ayuk are wide receivers. Flowers at the flex. Andrews at tight end. Herbert at quarterback. And Bills defense. So, yeah, I'm going A.J. Dillon there for sure. Ricky with the $5 donut. Early in the season, traded Ridley for Waddle. Now wants to trade back with me. No, tell him to kick rocks. Brent, welcome to Holden Chubb. Thanks for joining the exclusive Headliner Nation. Polo Dude becoming a member for the 25th month. Just got his Water Boy.
That's what I'm talking about.
Code word Headliners for 15% off?
15% off your order, waterboy.com. Hey, and you know what? This isn't like a meant plug for this, but I actually have drank this stuff, and it's actually not bad. Like, considering what it's meant to do, there's a lot of other ones out there that I've tried that have been a lot worse.
Short Fat Dude becoming a member for the 6th month. Non-PPR need a flex. Foreman, Myers, or Pittman. If that's Jacoby Myers, even in a non-PPR, I would still flex him over the other options. Hit that like button. Thanks for the vids and the live this week.
I need to tag in here, by the way.
Short Fat Dude. I know, I'm trying to get a little bit more caught up.
You're not even close.
I'm not?
No.
All right, go ahead.
Short Fat Dude, non-PPR, need a flex. Foreman, Myers, or Pittman. Hit that like button. Thanks for the vids.
I just said that.
Oh, you did? Did you answer his question?
Yes.
Oh.
I said Myers, even in a non-PPR.
What your biggest confusion here, Kyle, is that you think that I listen to you. Antonio Rojas, half PPR flex one. Robinson Jr., Jahmyr Gibbs, Zay Flowers, or Amari Cooper. I can only flex one of them. Oh, woof, that's tough. I think if you want the safest floor, you go with Brian Robinson. If you want to gamble for a little bit higher upside, you go Amari Cooper. Carlos Mejia, I have the Browns and the Cowboys defense, but Nico Collins went on waivers. Drop the Cowboys for Nico. Yes, I would do that. No reason to hold two defenses. B Hart 16. Become a member of the 4th month. What up, fellas? If CMC doesn't play, I'm going to need a flex spot. I have Pickens, Pittman, Justice Hill, Rashee Rice, and Wan'Dale Robinson. I also have the crew behind CMC. Looking forward to that Houston film breakdown. Okay, so the first thing is you're going to put CMC into your flex spot. So you already know that. You've already done that. So you have that taken care of. So now, what is the other question? Because you say if CMC doesn't play, you're going to need a flex. Oh, so you're saying, should we start any of the guys in San Francisco over these other guys here that you've listed? Okay, gotcha. I think if you want to play it safe, you would just go 1-for-1 and switch in Jordan Mason. If you want to gamble for a little bit higher upside, it would probably be Rashee Rice. Kenton Powell, half PPR league, flex Zach Moss or Kendrick Bourne. Help me out, please. New membership, boys. Absolutely appreciate you joining the official Headliner Nation. And honestly, for this one, I think if you'd rather play it a little bit safer, it's Kendrick Bourne. We know he's going to get targets. He doesn't have a super high ceiling, though, because we don't know what that touch disparity is going to be in the backfield for Indianapolis. If you'd rather play it safer, it's Bourne. If you want to gamble, that's when you go with Zach Moss. John Stork. Who should I set at wide receiver in a PPR league? 2 slots and a flex. Flowers, Watson, Lockett, Godwin, and Jamison Williams. So you have 2 spots there. I'm going to go with Christian Watson for one of them. And for the second one, give me the guy in a great matchup with a banged up opposite wide receiver. Give me Tyler Lockett there for that second choice. SCMBGMRV. I'm trying to see what that says, but I really don't know what that means. Rachaad White, A.J. Dillon, Zach Evans for your running back 2. So for that first question, your running back 2 out of those options, give me Rachaad White. Then Christian Watson or Zay Flowers in the flex. I think Zay Flowers gives you the safer floor, but if it's me, personally, I'm gambling, and I'm going with Christian Watson. Thanks. It's been a rough fantasy year. Abso-freaking-lutely it has. Bukowski in the chat, becoming a member for the 25th month. Hey there, legends. Need some PPR flex help. We got Keontae Ingram, Najee Harris, or Javonte Williams. A bunch of tough damn choices right there, Buck. None of them give me that warm fuzzy on the inside. If I had to pick one, I'd go with Javonte Williams in hopes that he can find the end zone. Ricky says, I love when they call me Big Tasty. He's talking about himself, Kyle, not you. He says me, which means he likes it when people call him Big Tasty. So you can't be taking his nickname. Andrew, full PPR, need 1 out of Rashee Rice. Hardman's back with the Chiefs. Yes, I'm well aware. Thank you. Dylan, Jeff Wilson Jr., JSN, Josh Downs, or Henderson. Currently 6-0. I need to keep the streak going. So you need only one of those options. If it's me personally, because you're 6-0 and none of these guys are quote unquote safe, I'm going to take the gamble and I'm going with Rashee Rice. Ross's says Deontay Johnson or Javonte Williams as your flex in a standard league. In a standard league, we're chasing those touchdowns, and give me that opportunity at a goal line carry from Javonte Williams instead of Deontay Johnson, who really isn't been able to find the end zone a lot here as of late prior to injury. Julio Pena, becoming a member for the 20th month. What up? If DK Metcalf plays or not, bench one in a PPR. So I have to bench one of these guys out of Lockett, Cooper, and Pittman. It would be Pittman for me this week. Furio Dante becoming a member for the 23rd month. Need to flex Jaden Reed, Deontay Johnson, Rashad White, and a 12-team PPR. Personally, in a PPR league, I'm going with Rashad White. Magenta, thank you so much for your $1 donation. It's his first ever here on the stream. Thank you very much. We have Jordan Robart. I'm gonna lock it in and say Robart with a $10 donation. Appreciate you out there. Says, good evening, gents. I need an OP, which I'm guessing is just an offensive player, and a half PPR between Mike Evans, Brian Robinson, Jordan Addison, Jacoby Myers. You currently have Mostert, Pacheco, AJ Brown, CMC in the lineup. I have Kirk Cousins in right now at quarterback. Honestly, if it's me, I'm going to lock in Brian Robinson there for your flex spot or your offensive player, if that's what it's called in your league. Juice Vino, RBs, hurt, or on bye. I need one out of Hunt or McLaughlin. Personally, I'm going with Kareem Hunt. Roman Davalos, salute headliners fam. Pick one out of Madison or Foreman. I do not trust Foreman this week. I just don't. But Madison's going up against San Francisco, and I don't love that either. I think if you want to play it with the safer floor, it's Foreman. But if you're going to gamble a little bit, I would personally gamble. I'm going Alexander Madison. The Brown Dasher, Zach Evans or Donta Foreman. I'll gamble with Zach Evans here. Carlin Lowe, appreciate your donation out there, the first ever on a live stream. Jacob Griffin becoming a member for the 14th month. Accept the trade of my Jaylen Warren for his Rashad White and a half PPR. No, I'm keeping Jaylen Warren. Ricky, to follow up my Auten Mo Alley Cox question, Kylan Granson is out already, still going Auten. Yes, still going Auten there. I would agree with that as well. Mo Alley Cox in that matchup, he's going to be so touchdown dependent. He just doesn't see enough volume. The Beast, did you ever answer my question? If it's been before here, yes, we have, and I've recognized that name, so I'm pretty sure we did. Devontae Smith or Christian Watson. It was definitely Christian Watson for that one. J-Rock, drop Keaton Mitchell for Darrell Henderson. Personally, I would do that here if it was me. Ricky put another one in here. It says, Detroit by 40. Ravens aren't it. Man, every week he's been consistent week in and week out with his Detroit huge predictions. BJJ Freak 82, drop Akers for JSN. I don't hate that. I mean, if you ever have to start Cam Akers, your season's probably already over anyway. So at least give me JSN. If an injury happens in Seattle, he should get a decent target share. Funko Pop Asylum, best flex option. Osborne, Madison, Foreman in a full PPR. Ooh, Osborne, Madison, or Foreman in a full PPR. You know what? The other two really aren't going to give you much in a PPR scoring format. So give me KJ Osborne. SKMBG, full PPR, RB2 out of White. Is this the same one? I feel like YouTube is messing with us and sending duplicates here. Rashad White, Dylan, Zach Evans. Is it a different one? No, it's the same exact question. We got it in there already for that first one. The only thing you don't have in this one is it's a tough fantasy year. Absolutely. Had Christian Watson over Zay Flowers as well. Ricky picked up Longhorn Steakhouse. Are we starting over Burger King, who put out 52 points last week? I'll start Longhorn Steakhouse any day of the week. But if I'm looking for a good discounted play, a late season sleeper, Burger King in that 52 points is hard to pass up. Jay Hawley 203, Dylan Warren or Jeff Wilson in a PPR. In a PPR scoring format, the safest floor is going to be Jaylen Warren. If you want to absolutely just gamble, it's Jeff Wilson, but it's a huge gamble. Miles Murphy, appreciate your $1.99 donation. Black Market says Darrell Henderson, Latavius Murray or Keontae Ingram, Pickens or JSN, even if DK plays, and Massage Watson or Stafford. It's bad out here. Absolutely. It sounds bad out there. If I had to choose between those options, I'm going to go with Darrell Henderson. I'm going to go with Pickens over JSN as of right now. And between Watson and Stafford, let me look. I have Stafford 3 spots higher still. Dustin Kane, Logan Thomas, or Cole Kmet. Right now, I'm going to lean towards Logan Thomas. Carlos Mejia. Start Devontae Smith or Curtis Samuel if you're a flex non-PPR. Also, drop Cowboys D for Nico Collins. If you already have another defense, which I'm assuming you do because Cowboys are on bye, yes, I would do that and grab Nico Collins in a heartbeat. And then between Devontae Smith and Curtis Samuel, those are actually a lot closer than I think that they really should be. I actually have Devontae Smith just a couple spots higher than Curtis Samuel as of right now. Devin Chikowski in the chat. Madison or Pittman in the flex in a full PPR. Both have ridiculously difficult matchups. So give me the guys that can get a bigger chunk on just one play and let me have Michael Pittman there. George Velasquez, need a roster spot. Picked up Kyler Murray last week. Is it safe to drop him for Donta Foreman? Might be a dumb question, but I value your opinion. Thanks, my broski. Full PPR, need a running back. If you absolutely need a running back, at least you can start Donta Foreman this week. I don't love it by any means, but at least you can start him this week if you need one. If you can throw Kyler Murray, maybe now that he's been ruled out officially, you can throw him in an IR spot if possible, if you wanted to hold him. But if you have a need, I will fill a need instead of holding somebody on my bench that is not a need, if that makes sense. I just scrolled on me. Hang on a second. Am I really almost here at the bottom? I've been flying, Kyle. I am a man possessed right now. I don't even know if you're listening to me. You're probably listening to the Michigan game. All right, Scales speaks. Okay, half PPR pick 2, Rachaad White, Warren, Aaron Jones, Zach Moss. If I had to pick 2 of those guys as of right now, hoping that Aaron Jones is good to go. He should be. He's out there shimmy, shaking, gyrating. He should be good. So I'm going to go with Aaron Jones. And in the second one and a half PPR, give me Rachaad White. In a full PPR, I have to pick 2 between Godwin, Curtis Samuel, Dobbs. So pick 2 of those. So I got to sit one. If I'm going to sit one, it's going to be Chris Godwin. He just doesn't see the target share as of right now. And then another one in full PPR, Zach Moss or Jaylen Warren. In a full PPR, give me Jaylen Warren with a safer floor. Ricky says only need upside out of Howell or Geno Smith. I mean, as of right now, upside-wise, it's been Sam Howell. He's had the higher ceiling majority of the season, and he hasn't even used Jahan Dotson. If he could figure that out, his ceiling would be even higher. Jordan Robart, welcome to Full Chubb. Got so much Chubb right now. Derek Buck, I traded a Chan and Ridley for Thielen and Aaron Jones. Did I screw up? Half PPR league. Did you screw up? No, I don't think you did. I mean, you definitely grabbed running back depth, which is great there with Aaron Jones because you got him. Now, I still love Devon Chan. Rest of season, like once he comes back, but you got yourself some immediate help right now, which is great. And Thielen has absolutely been outperforming Calvin Ridley, so I don't hate it whatsoever. DG says start 3 in a PPR, Stevenson, Cooper, Ford, or Godwin. If I had to sit one there in a PPR, I think if you want to play it safer, we sit Godwin. If you want to gamble a little bit more, then we sit Ford. Guillermo Bustamante, need to start 2 and 1 flex in a full PPR between Mostert, Ford, Pacheco, White, Gibbs, and he also says some forehead kisses as well. So need to start 2 in a full PPR. Mostert's going to be one of them, which means that leaves us Ford, Pacheco, White, or Gibbs. If you want to play it safer, you go with Pacheco. If you want to gamble for the higher upside, it's Gibbs. Michael Budney, would you drop Cousins to play Watson, Mayfield, Dobbs, or Wilson? Would you drop Cousins to play Watson, Mayfield, Dobbs? I mean, this one's tough because Cousins isn't going to be bad rest of season, but his ceiling is going to be lower. But if you drop him, I have a feeling that somebody's going to pick him up and you'll be streaming rest of season. So if you're okay with streaming rest of season, then I don't mind that. But know that going into it, as of right now, waiting for that final word, but Deshaun Watson would be my highest ranked of the group, I believe. Let me double check that. Yes, he is. Oh, you even say here, Burrow is your starter. Worried I'm dropping someone with value. Okay, no, you already have Burrow. Don't worry about it. Kirk Cousins, peace out. You're gone. You'll have Joe Burrow going forward anyway. And then Jordan Robart says, I have Geno Smith is in as quarterback, but I have Cousins in my offensive player right now. So Cousins or Brian Robinson. I think Brian Robinson is going to be a safer floor for you this week, but even a bad Kirk Cousins game is going to probably be close to a Brian Robinson ceiling. So I probably still go Kirk Cousins if it's my team, but if you'd rather play it safer, it's Brian Robinson. And then Dustin Stone gifted 5 members to the Headliner Nation community out there. Hopefully everybody thanked Dustin for that. Whew! Kyle, I can take a drink of water. Have I missed anything, Kyle?
Michigan's up 42-0.
Dear Lord.
No, I was responding to a few Reddit things real quick.
Oh, I hear you. Okay, perfect.
So where are we at in Super Chats right now? Caught up?
Yeah, we're caught, except for the 2 that just came in from Herb and Keisha.
All right, Herb! Full PPR, starting Laporte at tight end. Do I flex Waller? No. JSN or Wan'Dale Robinson? And Wan'Dale Robinson for a full PPR, I would do that. Going against the best team this week, so need all the points. Yeah, I'm good with that. Keisha with another 5 bomb. Managing my husband's work fantasy team.
Heck yeah, that's what I'd love to see.
Keisha, tell him to figure it out on his own. Okay?
No, but look at her. She's dominating for him.
That's fine. But you know what you should do to really make him appreciate you? Make him manage it on his own and then watch his record start to come back to 500. He will be begging you.
I want to know if Keisha's husband is taking credit at his work for winning all these games.
That's a good one.
I want to know that. Inquiring minds want to know this.
All right. He's at 4-2 in second place and took down the only undefeated team last week. For the flex, Jacoby Myers or Flowers. I want to say Jacoby Myers here. Is that what we're doing?
I mean, they're both super close. Jacoby, I think Myers is going to give the safer floor, but the higher ceiling will be Zay Flowers just because he has the higher touchdown upside this week.
Keisha said her husband is taking credit for it. Uh-oh.
Oh, hell no.
Keisha, do you need me to tell your husband to suck it?
Keisha, put your husband on the phone for a second.
Put him in here right now.
You need to get some of your...
Here, let me give you Jake's cell phone number so he can call.
No. How about this, though? If he's taking credit for it, he better be taking care of you and getting you some like flowers and chocolates and making you dinner and keeping the house clean. He needs to be cleaning the bathroom, all that kind of stuff. Because he's definitely taking advantage of a good situation right here. Terry Hudak. I see Terry Hudak out there in that chat. What's going on, Terry? Keisha is a headliner. A headliner husbando is not. Okay.
It is not.
It is not. Okay. I told him I want the money when we win. That's a good thing right there, for sure.
Okay.
100%.
I can get on board with that.
Jafari thinks, stop simping, Jake. You obviously don't know anything about this channel. So if you want to comment nonsense, then go comment on a nonsense channel. Zach Evans.
What's simping mean?
I don't know. It's something about like, I don't even know because I'm old. I'm 42 and I got gray. Never mind. But it's just, I think it has something to do with like hitting on girls. It's stupid. Can't even be nice to anybody right now.
Wait, how are we hitting on her? We were talking about her husband.
Exactly.
Anna said, "I'll explain it to you all later."
I appreciate it, Anna. We're old. We're old and decrepit.
Oh man. Pitts or Meyer in a PPR? Ooh, I'm still going Pitts this week.
Jeff is getting pissed out there. How are we still only at 650 likes? YouTube only lets you like once. Yeah, unfortunately. Dobbs or Tyrod? I just can't start Tyrod. Give me Dobbs.
Rough times. Did you get K. Scott?
No.
K. Scott, full PPR, 1 flex. Josh Reynolds, Josh Downs, Jameson Williams, Justice Hill, and Henderson. Hit the like button, or I'll call Kyle Big Tasty every time he's on Headliner Gaming tonight.
You can do that.
Should I change Headliner Gaming over to Big Tasty Gaming?
I wouldn't even put the gaming at the end of it. I would just call it Big Tasty.
Big Tasty?
Yeah. And just see how many people out there are really just Googling the name Big Tasty.
I like that. If I had to go one here, one wide receiver, you say one wide receiver flex. So I don't know if you need 1 or 2. So I'm going to give you 2. Go Josh Reynolds as 1. And then if I had to pick one other one, I would go Jameson Williams if you need more upside. Rough times, Geno or Stafford. Geno's higher if I remember correctly. Is that right?
or Stafford
Yeah.
by 1 spot.
I was still right. Drop
Yes.
1, Sanders, Jacoby, Nico, or Moss in a half PPR. I don't want to drop Moss quite yet.
Not yet.
I dropped Sanders.
Okay.
I can't drop Jacoby or Nico. Isaac with the 10 bomb. Jake,
Yeah.
thanks for helping me pick Godwin versus the Saints. He did well, and I traded him for Gibbs. Oh. And a full PPR need 1 running back, 2 wide receivers, and a flex. Gibbs, Javonte, Foreman, Hunt, Devontae Smith, McLaurin, Marquise Brown. He's asking you.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. It says Jake.
Okay, so in a full PPR, you need 1 running back out of Gibbs, Javonte, Foreman, and Hunt. Personally, I'm going to gamble there, and I'm still going with Jahmyr Gibbs. The 2 wide receivers out of Devontae Smith, Terry McLaurin, and Marquise Hollywood Brown is going to be Terry McLaurin and Marquise Hollywood Brown this week. Anna sent me the definition here, so we're good to go now.
Oh, okay. Cooking Rel with a $10 dono. If Jones doesn't play, need 1 for the flex. Moore, Sutton, Rice, or Ahmed, and WT8 should I do with Ridley? Should I drop any of the wide receivers for Henderson? I have Jones, Walker, Pacheco, Ahmed, or rock with who I have. So 1 for the flex. Is that DJ Moore? Is it Sky Moore? Is it Elijah Moore? I mean, it doesn't really matter. Well, if it's Elijah Moore or DJ Moore, it's definitely either of those over the rest of them. If it's Sky Moore, I probably play Rashee Rice over Sky Moore. And actually, I probably would go with
It's DJ Moore.
DJ Moore. It's definitely DJ Moore then. Definitely DJ Moore. Would he drop one of the wide receivers for Henderson? I'm okay dropping Sutton for Henderson and hold on to him now that we know Kyron Williams is going to be on IR for a while. Roman Davalos, Ramondre Stevenson, or Scary Terry in the flex. I'm going to go Ramondre Stevenson. Alexander Madison or Dante Foreman. Give me Dante Foreman. Salute the Headliners family. Todd Clem in a standard league. Pick 1 for the flex. Taylor, Hunt, JSN, or Deontay Johnson. Since it's a standard league, I probably go Hunt over Taylor, and it's very close. And I don't love it. In a vacuum, London or B-Rob, rest of season, full PPR, better ceiling. Python, you're asking if you should take a guy that is a up and down wide receiver for the running back 11 right now? I just want to make sure that I'm understanding that correctly, because we're taking the running back. Like, it's Brian Robinson, and it's not even close for me, and I don't care that it's full PPR.
And it's really because the running back position is dwindling by the week. So
Yeah.
those people who are healthy are just becoming more and more valuable.
Chris Naring, DJ Moore, Rashid Rice, Deontay Johnson, or Dobbs. Pick 3. Give me DJ Moore. Give me the Doobs. If it's a full PPR, I'll go Deontay Johnson. If it's anything else, I'll go Rashid Rice. E-Man with a $10 dono. Just wanted to take a moment to say how much I appreciate you both. Thank you so much, E-Man, and everything you do. You always get me taken care of no matter what. Y'all are the GOATs. Thank you for all you do. Hashtag Headliner Nation. E-Man, appreciate you. Ben Z Vibe with a $3 donation. Appreciate you. And someone became a member for the 13th month and retracted it.
They have no name. There's no name associated.
They're still a member. You can't retract your membership. They just retracted the message so we can't see the name now.
Exactly.
Todd Clem, one more. Laporta or Musgrave? Laporta. You guys are great. Thank you. You're great. Thank you.
Yay, thank you. Let's see. What else we got? Stingin says, happy PPR, DJ Moore, Jacoby Myers. I think Myers probably still going to be slightly safer. I mean, he has that rapport even with Brian Hoyer at quarterback. They go back to the New England days. So he's probably the safer option. Higher ceiling, they'll probably still DJ Moore. Kyle, we still haven't hit our light goal, have we? Somebody was going to be gifting memberships. I think 2 people actually said they'd gift memberships at 1,000 likes.
Nick already sent 10.
Okay.
It was I
don't remember.
I can tell you. Hold on. I know exactly who it was.
Jimmy McGee Jr. says that was me. He's probably like the empty membership there. Accidentally sent an
Jeff.
empty message.
It was
Long
Jeff
day.
Harper. It was Jeff Harper. Yep.
Oh,
I just
Jeff.
saw it.
Anna's even out there keeping track of it. She even added him.
Nick is saying that he'll even send another 10.
Oh, wow. So we need 293 likes for 20 gifted memberships. That's up to the people. That's in the people's hands right now.
Well, people, do you want to be a letdown to us?
to the fellow members of this community. Brandon Lee Leos, Javante, or McLaughlin. I'm probably still leaning towards Javante. Kenton Powell gifted a membership out there. Who got it? Who got it? Sean Hill. Sean, be sure to say thank you to Kenton for your free 1-month membership there. Mike Evans or Jacoby Myers in the flex for PC Vang. I mean, it's really hard to sit Mike Evans because of what the potential ceiling is, but Atlanta's defense has been shutting down opponents' number one wide receivers majority of the season. So I think Jacoby Myers is probably safer. If you want to gamble more, it's Mike Evans. Is the game finally over, Kyle? Oh. Stingen gifted a membership as well. Who got that one? Richie Rich. Be sure to say thank you to Mr. Stingen out there. Whoever gets the 769,000th, 869th, and 969th like, let me know so you can let Nick can give you a high five. It's a lot of high fives. I want to dump Rachaad White so bad. HCD, that's why we tried to tell people all offseason not to draft the guy. He's just not that great. He had really inflated stats due to all the checkdowns, but just can't. He just can't break a tackle. He can't do anything.
I'm not watching the Michigan game right now. Was answering some questions on Reddit. Who was that? Who said that? Somebody
Anthony.
said it. Anthony. I was answering questions on Reddit. I was not watching the Michigan game.
Yeah, that game's over. Basically over. Browns defense or Seahawks defense? I think the Browns defense is good for a couple turnovers. So I probably lean towards the Browns defense there. Where did we leave off over here? Oh, Ben King. Sorry to hear your last apparel deco is gone. I'm the production manager of an apparel company. Who do I email to see if I can get the app flowing again? Ben, info@thefantasyheadliners.com. Send us an email there and I'll be able to get back to you. info@thefantasyheadliners.com. Appreciate that, Ben. Max Skills also says who to start at tight end between Kmet and Jonnu Smith, and then 2 flex spots between James Cook, Aaron Jones, Ramondre Stevenson, or Rashee Rice. So for the tight end question between Kmet and Jonnu Smith probably going to give you the safer floor. Kmet the higher ceiling, but a bigger gamble because we don't know what to expect from Tyson Bagent. And then the 2 flex spots, you got Cook, Jones, Stevenson, and Rice. I'm going with, as of right now, until we hear anything else, Aaron Jones. And if you want to play it safer, it doesn't say if this is a PPR or not. If this is a PPR scoring format, then I would go with Ramondre Stevenson. Anything else, I would go with Rashee Rice and just know that it's a gamble. Devin Chikowski. Bears or Fish D? Sorry, I've been quiet for a bit. It's all good, Devin. You're good. Where's this at? Bears or Fish? So let me see where I got Bears or Miami. Miami. Not doing that one. I don't want it to be the Bears, but out of those choices, that's where I'm going to go right there. Lamara, hey guys, standard league, terrible picks, need 2 out of the 4. Elijah Mitchell, KJ Osborne, Jaleel McLaughlin, or Jameson Williams. So out of 2 of those 4, that is rough. At least you know they're terrible picks, right? At least you know that going into it. So let me see. If I had to choose there, I'm going to go with KJ Osborne and just hope for a big play. And honestly, I'm probably just going to gamble on both of the big play guys. Give me Jameson Williams as the other one as well. Let's just hope for a couple big. Not going to get a lot of volume, but hopefully we can definitely get some touchdown there. Did we ever get Mickister? Traded Rashad for London? Thoughts? I don't hate that. If you needed wide receivers and you're solid at running backs, it all just depends what your other running backs were. I don't hate it, but it depends without knowing the rest of your roster what it actually was. But on the surface, I don't hate it. Andre Mirren, 10-team PPR, 2-4. Top six teams are 4-2. Cousins, Goff, Stafford. I'm wondering why there's 3 quarterbacks. Unless this is a super flex, you shouldn't have 3 quarterbacks. But then you got Jacobs, Cook, Pierce, Wilson, Achane, Hunt, Jefferson, Doomtar, Olave, Devontae Smith, Osborne, Judy, Laporta. Sit tight or trade. Appreciate you guys. I mean, you got great depth everywhere. I'm still not understanding why you have 3 quarterbacks if this is only a 1 quarterback league, but you have solid depth everywhere. If anywhere you need an upgrade, it would be at running back. But I don't know if I want to. You can't do anything with Justin Jefferson right now. Now, if there's anybody in your league that wants Justin Jefferson and wants to give up some big name guys for it, some solid players that are actually playing right now, I don't hate that because you still have Amon-Ra, Chris Olave, Devontae Smith, KJ Osborne, Jerry Jeudy, not so much. But overall, that's where you need something right there is running back depth. And then just see who has some available running backs out there in your league. That's the hardest thing for us, though, because we really have no idea what is out there and what's available. R3D guys, 5-1, got the number 4 guy this week. Flex Lockett or Zach Moss this week. And personally, if it's me, I'm going with Lockett. Thanks, guys. And Jamie was super stoked to hear the shout out. Oh, that was the shout out from last week. Awesome. Love it. Edward Stelmachowski. Edward, I hope I nailed that. I hope I nailed that for you, Edward. Please help in a PPR. Who do you like more for a flex, Jordan Mason or Jaleel McLaughlin? As of right now, because we don't know about Christian McCaffrey, it's Jaleel McLaughlin. Now, if CMC is ruled out, then it becomes Jordan Mason for sure. I appreciate the great work you guys do. Thank you so much, Edward. Honestly, with it being a Monday night game, you're not going to have a whole lot of opportunity to know maybe about Christian McCaffrey. I just take it up until that very last second before kickoff in hopes that we hear something. Trevor Filer. Full PPR, you have Madison, Stevenson, Pierce, and McLaughlin. Are we seeing a slow shift to Singletary get majority of the volume in Houston? Cheers. I don't know if we're going to say a shift to it, but it's definitely going to be closer to a 50-50 split in an unproductive backfield. Remember, last year what made Dameon Pierce a thing is they couldn't throw the ball. CJ Stroud is out there and able to throw the ball down the field, so they're already going to be a lower volume run offense anyway. So I don't want to say that I'm like all of a sudden Singletary is going to be the guy going forward, but he is getting closer and closer to a 50-50 split. Casey Collinson. PPR Moss or Gibbs in the flex. For me, I'm going Gibbs and I'm gambling. Kenton Powell gifted another membership. Hopefully somebody said thank you for that one as well. Big E, like the video. Second in scoring, but 2-4 and 9th in your main league. Do I drop the Eagles D for the Browns defense? Yes, I would do that this week. Do we hold Mitchell or Mason in case CMC sits? Man, I have a feeling this first week it's going to be pretty close to a 50-50-ish type split if we don't have CMC. If I had to take one as of right now, it's Mason, but I'm trying to hold off as long as I possibly can because if we are going to lose CMC for a week, maybe 2 weeks, it's definitely something where I want these guys here for sure.
Hey, Jake, where are we in Super Chats right now?
I am at Xander Paredes.
Did you answer Anakin?
I don't remember, but I'll do it again. D-Hop and Jonnu Smith for Christian Kirk. Thinking of moving D-Hop, but maybe wait till after the deadline because with my luck, D-Hop gets traded to Kansas City. So D-Hop and Jonnu Smith for Christian Kirk. I mean, if you need the immediate help, I mean, the bad part about it is Christian Kirk's already played this week, so it's not going to help you this week. I don't know if I'm going to wait, though. If you need the immediate help and you can get Christian Kirk for those two pieces, then I probably just do it now instead of worried about it and then missing out and then have nothing come of it. So I would probably take the more productive wide receiver as of right now. Let's see here. Carl Abreu, flex Flowers or Watson in a full PPR. Connor is on my IR with streaming Foreman and Roschon as my RB2. Should I trade for Stevenson? I have A.J. Brown, Puka, Debo, Flowers, Addison, Pickens, Dell, and Watson. Okay, so you're definitely in some serious need of running back help. If I had to choose between Flowers and Watson, Flowers will be safer in a full PPR, but the higher upside, the way that I would go personally would be Christian Watson. And then you said you're streaming Roschon, but Roschon isn't going to play, so you need to make sure you get him out of your lineup. Roschon Johnson is not going to play this week. Should you make a trade? You have plenty of wide receiver depth right there. You can try to see what you could get, maybe for like a George Pickens right now or Jordan Addison. I don't know if you're going to get a whole lot from some of the other names. You're not going to get rid of A.J. Brown. You want to keep Puka. Debo's hurt. So I would definitely ask around to see what teams out there need a wide receiver. Pedro Luna for the flex, Kareem Hunt, Aaron Jones, or Curtis Samuel. As of right now, until we hear anything new about Aaron Jones, it's going to be Aaron Jones. Kyle McDaniel, Jordan Mason, Salvin Ahmed, Royce Freeman, or Latavius Murray. As of right now, it'll be Jordan Mason out of that group. Even if Christian McCaffrey does play, Jordan Mason is still going to get touches. I can't imagine they're going to have a limited Christian McCaffrey, and if he does suit up, get 100% of the touches. So I'm probably still leaning him towards Mason. Brad Bordelon, pick one in a full PPR. If CMC is out, Mason, Javonte, Justice Hill. He's currently 5-1. So honestly, if CMC is out, then I'm just going to go right to Jordan Mason right there. And then Kenton Powell, half PPR, one quarterback league, 4-2 record. Been gambling between Dak and Lamar. What do I do going forward? I'm back-to-back champ, going for 3. The team is super solid. I mean, honestly, Lamar hasn't been bad at all. Even Lamar's floor games are right around 18 points or so. So he's not killing a lot of teams. His ceiling isn't what it used to be, but it's definitely not bad whatsoever. I have no issues if you want to continue to go back and forth. Personally, I think you only really need Lamar going forward. But if you want to hold on to those guys and just play best matchup, definitely an option for you as well. I wouldn't be in a rush to make a lot of moves if your team's already 4-2 and you got a lot of good things going for you.
I'm so confused sometimes.
What are you confused about, Kyle?
Because someone asked me over on Reddit, should they start Brian Robinson or Jeff Wilson? And I said B-Rob easy. And their response was, how could you say it's B-Rob easy? Why don't you explain yourself? So I said, are we really sitting the RB11 on the season with a great matchup for a guy who's been on IR and isn't even the RB1 on his own team?
Yeah, there's been some crazy questions this week. Some crazy questions with people wanting to start guys that haven't done anything all year long for guys who have been producing. The Brown
Iraq
Dasher?
vet.
Hang on a second, real quick. Hold that thought, Kyle.
Okay.
Someone dropped Joe Burrow. You have Justin Fields and Sam Howell. If you want to carry 2 quarterbacks, not something that I always do, but I would drop Fields for Burrow and be just fine with it.
Iraq vet. PPR, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and 2 flex. Eckler and Jacobs, absolutely. It's definitely those 2. A.J. Brown, absolutely for wide receiver. Cook, DJ Moore, Judy, JT, and Sky. I would put James Cook at flex, and then your second wide receiver, I'm gonna put DJ Moore, and then PPR, wide receiver 1, running back 1, and flex. Swift at running back, AJ Brown at wide receiver, JT, Godwin, Pittman, Kittle, and Javonte Williams. If you want the biggest upside, go with Kittle at the flex. If you want to play it safe, go with Godwin. Kenton Powell gifted a membership to the Headliner Nation.
Who got that one? Diamond Cajones got it. Diamond Cajones now a member for the next month.
There we go.
Juan Fonseca. Appreciate you out there. Says Jake and Kyle.
Juan.
Or as Kyle will call you, Juan. Start Stevenson
Juan.
or Cook? Stevenson or Cook? Which way are you going, Kyle?
Stevenson or Cook?
Yep, James Cook.
I've Cook higher. I'm pretty sure. Hold on.
Holding?
I am.
Holding?
I've got him at 13.
Okay, yep, I agree with that one as well, James Cook. I traded Kirk for Ayuk. Thoughts? I don't hate that whatsoever. I think it's somewhat lateral. I mean, I don't know if it's a huge upgrade. I don't think you lost a whole lot. Kirk's been the top receiver in Jacksonville. Ayuk's going to continue to be the top in San Francisco. Don't hate that whatsoever. You have Pittman, Davis, Nico, and JJ. Also, should I drop Njoku for Mayer? You have Waller as well. Half PPR, forehead kisses. Would you do either one of those, Kyle? Would you drop Njoku or Waller to pick up Michael Mayer?
I'd be okay with Njoku.
I think I would as well. Dropping David Njoku for picking up Michael Mayer. I wish they can really start giving that guy a little bit more volume. Every time he gets the ball, he just carries the pile. I absolutely love it.
Who? David Njoku?
No. Well, him too, but more so Michael Mayer.
Njoku had a big touchdown called back and then another like 20-yard reception called back this past week.
Yep. Trading with Zayn. Sit Bijan. No, don't ever sit Bijan. And start Walker or Ford. I'm not sitting Bijan over Jerome Ford. Personally, I'm going with Walker and Bijan. And then plus Kit, AJ Dillon, and the flex. I'm guessing Kit is Kittles. I don't know who else that would be. If you want to flex, this would be one of those situations where I may gamble and flex my tight end and go George Kittle because we don't have Deebo Samuel. Andy Dominguez, should I trade a Chan for Puka in a full PPR flex option? If you need immediate help and you need some wide receiver help immediately, that would be a great opportunity for you to get an option right now so you don't have to wait a few weeks for a Chan to come back. If you're just going to stash Puka and you really don't need him, then I probably hold on to the running back in that situation. But as of right now, if that's me and my team, I'm probably taking Puka. Anthony B. Kyle, I know you have Warren over McLaughlin, but it's the opponents that have me puzzled. Full PPR, make the case, brother. So in other words, why is Warren over McLaughlin? And it says a full PPR as well. So I think that kind of somewhat answers it.
Yeah, so I didn't I answer this one earlier?
I
thought I did.
You probably answered it, but he probably wants to know why, I'm guessing.
So I have McLaughlin at 29, Jaylen Warren at 28. The LA Rams against the run, they're pretty decent against the run. So my thought is that they're going to probably shut down Najee Harris for a majority of the day. But it's Jaylen Warren's work in the passing game that really makes him startable right now. Anyway, Jaleel McLaughlin going up against Green Bay. Javonte Williams is going to be getting a decent amount of touches. You still have Samaje Perine there. That's why it's Warren for me for sure.
Well, there you go. Pedro Luna, if CMC and Aaron Jones are out, Kareem Hunt or Curtis Samuel for the flex. Hopefully it doesn't get to that point, Pedro, but if it does, I'm going to lean towards Kareem Hunt. And then Megas 11, is it stupid of me to drop Evans to play Addison or Elijah Mitchell this week in the flex in a half PPR? I will not drop Mike Evans for one of those options. I will just gamble and I will roll with Mike Evans and hope something good happens before I just drop him. Also, Bucks or Commanders defense this week. Give me the Commanders this week against the lowest scoring team in the NFL. And then Dirt Boy Alonso, full PPR, Zach Evans, Jeff Wilson, Jaleel McLaughlin for your running back 2 spot. Ugh. I mean, if you want a safer floor, it's probably going to be Zach Evans. If you want to gamble and just pray to the fantasy gods that he can find the end zone maybe a time or two, then it's Jeff Wilson Jr., but it's a huge risk. DeQuez Anders, appreciate you out there for your donation as well. Yeah, but no, we can't drop Mike Evans for that other question. I just can't. I agree, Shaquille.
Felix, we are 100% starting George Kittle over Michael Mayer this week with no Deebo Samuel.
Yes, no Deebo. Firing up some Kittles. Kittles and bits this weekend. K. Scott, Purdy or Cousins? Almost positive I have Purdy higher. I have Purdy a few spots higher. Purdy's actually QB 11 inside my top 12, even without Deebo. Is Elijah Moore startable? Not really. Hasn't done anything all year long. Oh, Mega say by dropping Evans, you mean to the bench. Okay, well, that makes a little bit more sense. Yeah, we're not going to drop him, but if you want to put him on the bench to play Addison or Mitchell, I probably still gamble with Mike Evans there. I probably still gamble because Addison isn't going to be any safer going up against San Francisco, and Elijah Mitchell is going to be sharing with Jordan Mason if he's even going to be playing that much if Christian McCaffrey doesn't play. Keop 901, flex Warren, McLaughlin, or White and Jay Williams. Am I picking one side or the other here? Because I feel like if I had to pick one side, it's going to be Jameson Williams and Rachaad White. If I need to pick one from each side, it's going to be Warren on one side, and on the other side would be Jameson Williams. Eric Munoz Jr., full PPR, Drake London or Foreman. Give me Drake London. Kelly Richardson, Goff or Geno. I got Geno 2 spots higher this week. Pick a receiver at the end of flex out of James Cook, Deontay Johnson, or Curtis Samuel. The flex spot, I'm going to go with James Cook. And if you want to play it safer this week, it's Curtis Samuel in a full PPR. If you want to gamble a little bit in hopes that they utilize Deontay Johnson more, you could go with Deontay Johnson, but it's a lot bigger risk. Jeff just gifted 5 memberships anyway. Jeff's probably on his way to bed. He says, I'll do 5. We're not going to hit 1,000. Jeff sounds sad. I feel sad. I feel sad for Jeff too, but I absolutely appreciate that that kind gesture to the community out there, Jeff. Big E missed my question earlier. Okay. Standard, drop one, Pickens or Rice. I have to drop one. Now, if you mean bench one, like the last question, if I had to bench one, I would probably bench Rashee Rice since he's a little bit more of a gamble. If I have to actually drop one, though, as much as I hate it, it's probably still Rashee Rice, but I don't want to drop him just yet unless you absolutely have to. Jose Hernandez. Appreciate you out there, Jose. Full PPR start 2, sit 2 out of Devontae Smith, Curtis Samuel, Josh Downs, Kendrick Bourne. Give me the first 2 there. Give me the high upside of Devontae Smith. Give me the safety of Curtis Samuel, and then we were not even going to mess with the offensive woes of Josh Downs and Kendrick Bourne. And then Stinky Whizpack. Hey guys, love the show. I had a hard time saying that with a straight face, but I thought I pulled it off. But once I saw Kyle start laughing, I couldn't hold it in any longer. Love the show. 2 quick questions. 1, I trade Diggs and Stevenson for Keenan Allen and Kirk and Aaron Jones. So you trade Diggs and Stevenson. You get back Keenan Allen, Christian Kirk, and Aaron Jones. What do you guys think? Honestly, I hate to lose Diggs, but if you're getting Allen and Kirk in return and an upgrade of Aaron Jones over Stevenson, I probably make that deal. And then second question, who to start at the flex between Donta Foreman and Rashee Rice? Foreman's going to be safer, but if it's me and my team, I'm just going to gamble and hope for the ceiling and go with Rashee Rice. And then Eric Munoz Jr., should I drop Foreman for Jaylen Warren in a full PPR? Personally, I would in a full PPR, yes. Whew. Did you get any more pushback on Reddit, Kyle?
No, I don't know.
Oh.
I haven't been looking at it.
Want to make sure that you weren't going back and forth over there.
No. I was making sure a couple things were ready for tomorrow morning for the Odds Jam stream.
Oh.
Talk about some pick'ems that we're going to do.
Yeah. Good catch there, Kyle. Good catch. What time are you going to do that tomorrow?
What did I go? Went live at 10:30. I'm trying to do like 10:30 to 11:30 for odds jams, and then like 11:35 to 1 for the members only stream.
I mean, we've been finding some success with our pick'ems here as of late.
I have hit like 22 out of 30 over the last 2 live streams, I think is what the number is.
I did pretty good on Thursday. Even though I'm like Mr. 4 out of 5 over here lately. I can't get that 5th one. I keep getting 4 out of 5 on all these and barely missing the big money. But let's see here. 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15. I hit 15 out of 20 on Thursday night. I'll take that.
Nice.
Andrew Clark hates Christian Kirk. How much do you want to bet that Andrew Clark had to face Christian Kirk this week, and he thought he was going to get off scot-free until that very last touchdown? Guaranteed it. Where's Lit Nick? He's around somewhere. He's always around.
Cody, Lit Nick's in shipment right now.
What's he playing, Call of Duty?
Inside joke, Jake. You wouldn't understand.
I wouldn't understand. I'm not included in those cool kid conversations. E-Man says he won $260 with 3 of our picks and 5 of his own last week. Perfect. Love to see that. Always love to bet 20 to win 260. Nick says to chill. 1v1 him for $100.
I told some kid that last night. He wouldn't do it.
He wouldn't 1v1 you for $100?
No, he was talking crap.
I dare them.
He was talking crap. I was top fragger in that lobby.
What the hell does that mean?
Top score. I had the most kills, most points.
Why is it called Fragger? Wouldn't you just be the top?
This gaming lingo, Jake.
Yeah.
Us gamers over here.
Wow. Kyle is just hanging on. He's just trying to be 25 with all his lingo that he just trying to make me feel old over here. DeQuez Andrews.
Yep.
Who to start, Rashee Rice or Michael Pittman? If you'd rather play it a little bit safer, it's Michael Pittman. But personally, I'm going to gamble this week if it's my team, and I'm going to go with Rashee Rice. And then Josh Pack, I appreciate you out there. We see you. Dog says he's a gamer. He's never heard that lingo before.
Who said that?
Dog's breakfast.
I was 100% lingo. Nick, Cody, back me up. 100% have heard that before.
Has anybody ever heard that before besides Nick and Cody?
Top fragger. No, they're allowed to answer.
No, because they're in there with you. They're not going to go against you.
One guy said, yeah, Andre's backing me up. Jeff.
No, he's answering somebody else's question. Andres would never do that to me.
K. Scott said, I ain't no joke on the game. Top fragger. Nice, Kyle. Yeah.
Top frag is a thing.
Jeff Harper is going to play a little Modern Warfare 3. Jose says, yep. Darian. Andre.
Frag equals kills. I thought frag was a grenade.
Yeah,
frag out. They always yell frag out.
Right. Top fragger means like
rock out with your frag out.
Top player in the lobby.
I see.
I think I'm going to go play some COD after the stream tonight.
Yeah? I'm going to bed tonight.
I'm going to go play some COD and absolutely...
Andres, how dare you? I thought you were my boy, Andres. What does Fraggle Rock mean? Kyle, do you even know what Fraggle Rock is?
Oh yes, gosh, I know what Fraggle Rock is.
Well,
Are you kidding me?
I didn't know. That's been a long time. Keisha says her husband plays Call of Duty. That's why she's managing his fantasy team.
Hey, you want to get your husband in a game with me, and I'll make sure that I have a word with him about giving you more credit at work. Josh Pack wants to know in a full PPR, Purdy or Stafford. Stafford, right? Stafford's higher?
Yes.
Yeah, Anna just, I'm going to pin this comment here real quick. Anna just posted the link to Headliner Gaming. I'm going to be over there playing some Call of Duty in a little bit, so come hang out with me. Come hang out with me.
Hit them scare boxes, Papa J says.
I hit one last night that got me. They haven't really gotten me this year because now I'm used to it, but there was one last night absolutely caught me off guard. I was locked in.
Was it the 80s, K. Scott? Or was it the 90s? Maybe it was late 80s. What?
E-Man asked Keisha if she was also setting up his classes on Call of Duty.
She's out there setting up his loadout for him.
That was a good one. I love that one. Anthony, I play on PC. I'm trying to get that. We're at like 1,850 subscribers on Headliner Gaming. How many people do we have in here right now? We have 776 that just refreshed. So if like half of you went and hit the subscribe button for me, we'd get to 2,000 subscribers tonight. And maybe I would give away like a $50 Best Buy gift card or something.
Hey, look at that. I'm going to make an example here real quick. Mala Clan HQ, can I please get my questions answered? I got missed at least 5 times now. Had you actually put your question in there and we'd seen it, we would have answered it. But because you want to act like we are just like, we are here to just answer your question when thousands of people are asking questions, like, dude, get over it. It's so irritating. No.
Side duck. Daryl Henderson is playing, yes.
Nick says he'll answer the kicker questions on the gaming stream.
Andrew, are you guys doing Thanksgiving Christmas donations like you did last year? I thought that was so awesome. I'd definitely like to give back this year. Yeah, we've done it every year. So
yeah, we do it every year.
Do we know when it will, like what stream it will be? Probably not yet.
I don't know what week, the week before. Like I'll usually do like for Thanksgiving, I'll usually buy a lot of people Thanksgiving meals for Thanksgiving is what we usually do. And then Christmas time, we buy a lot of presents or help people in need. Anywhere all around the country. And then we already know that right now we do the stuff for Compassion International for the kids, the international kids, trying to get kids sponsored. Oh, all right, Kyle, when are you going to go? Fraggle Rock came out in 83. Damn, Case got that. I was only 2. How do I remember Fraggle Rock?
BC Deer, I will give you calf cam on the gaming channel if you show up. I'll probably be live between 11:30 and 11:45. Valentin, Love or Howl? Sorry if you already covered this one. Love is Howl this week. Love is higher this week.
Howl higher? Phillies
Pancakes.
crushed the Diamondbacks.
Love the beta. Phillies beat the Diamondbacks tonight?
That's what HCD 631 says.
So is it 3-2 now or is it 3-1?
Dude, I haven't watched a baseball game since I was like 12. I have no idea. I only know what happens by scrolling through Twitter. Like that's the only way I know. Valentin Salazar.
Psyduck wants to send you some candy for Halloween. Jake, can I tell you about something real quick? Yes.
Let me just answer Valentin's question first. Love or Howl?
I just
Did you do that
answered
one?
it.
Okay, I didn't know. Like I said, I don't listen to you.
Remember I said Love is Howl? I mean, Love is higher this week?
No.
Oh my gosh. I just answered it.
I like
Anyway,
Dory.
this Halloween, I am checking off a bucket list item of mine, and it probably doesn't matter to anybody else here, but it matters to me.
That's all that matters.
When I was growing up, I always told myself when I get to be older, I want to be the big candy bar house. And we finally did that this year. We're going to be giving out the big candy bars, not miniatures, not the bags from Walmart. No. Big ones.
Love it.
I'm so excited.
I mean, did you already buy them all?
Yeah.
How many did you buy?
45.
What if you run out?
Then we have backup candy. And
Is it
then
small?
that just will show the kids, hey, move it or lose it. Get out there and get moving early and you get the big candy bars. If not, you know, it sucks to be you.
Now, do you set up like in the driveway or like do they come to the door? Or like how do you do that?
Normally we put it up by the door.
Because I know a lot of people out here, it wasn't like this in Arizona, but North Carolina, people just like have like a nice little setup on their driveway and like there's tables set up and everything. People just walk right there to the driveway. They not have to go all the way to the door.
We've done like
Timo,
at the end of the driveway before.
Timo wants to know if you bought Feastables.
I did not because we didn't know about, because Feastables has like mini bags now and we didn't know about that.
I've never had one. Have you?
Feastable, yeah. Feastables are good. My kids have had a ton of them, but Feastables are super expensive to buy in bulk still. Like a package of 10 is like still like $30 or something like that. So,
Lord.
yeah.
Probably why I haven't had any. I can't afford it. It's expensive chocolate.
Aaron, Jofison, Dobbs, Palmer, or KJ Osborne in a PPR. Give me the Doobs. And Moster or Pacheco. I've got Pacheco higher this week. I do. I have Pacheco higher this week. Wilson, Deontay Johnson, or Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown over Deontay Johnson still. And then pick 2, Romandre, JT, and Aaron Jones. I got JT and Aaron Jones. Jake, we've been live for over 2 hours now, answering questions on a consistent basis. I think it's about time for us to roll on out of here. What do you think?
Yep. And you're gonna go live on Gaming Win?
I'll be live on Headliner Gaming between 11:30 and 11:45. I got to go inside and double check to make sure the kids haven't burned the house down, which I don't smell smoke, so I assume not. Make sure that they get into bed, and then I'll be back out. So between 11:30 and 11:45. And again, who knows, if we hit 2,000 subscribers on that channel tonight, maybe I'll give something away over on the stream.
Wow. K Scott says I should come watch you play the game. I've watched Kyle play the game in the background of my monitor a lot. I've actually played a lot of Call of Duty too. I just don't. I'm not hip with the lingo. I just sit there in a room with a headset on.
And yeah, I'll be showing off the Cavs too.
All right, I'm not going to be there.
Okay.
I've seen the Cavs. The link is pinned to the top of the chat.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, I have.
Jason Oliveira, what's up, headliners? In a
more.
pickle. Kind of want a pickle now. Ritter or Tyrod Taylor? Yeah, I'm going Ritter there.
Yes, I am too. Ritter's been playing too well here as of late.
We got regular Hershey's, dark chocolate Hershey's, Hershey's with almonds, Kit Kats, Crunch Bars, Twix, and there's one more in there, but I can't remember what it is. Trade Pittman for Metcalf. I have CD, Puka, and Wilson. I'm keeping Pittman right now. I don't want to trade for Metcalf. That offense is kind of like, ugh, and Pittman's getting a ton of targets.
Yeah. Agreed. TJ, rest of season is probably still going to be Goff.
Oh, yes, Reese's too. We have Reese's too.
Perfect.
There
All
we
right,
go.
Kyle. Well, happy gaming tonight.
Yes, sir.
My old balls are going to go to bed.
I'm going to go game. All right. Headliner Nation, we appreciate you all being here with us this evening. Answered a lot of questions. I will be live around 10:30 tomorrow morning for our Odds Jam live stream to talk about different prop bets. Oh, Jesus, pick'ems that we're going to play over on Underdog. We've been hitting like crazy, so make sure you show up for that tomorrow. And then 11:30, we're gonna move over to the members only live stream and answer start and sit questions. Get you up to date on the weather, any inactives or actives, things like that, and get our lineup set for a fun Week 7 of football. Headliner Nation, we appreciate everybody who tuned in tonight that asked questions. If we got your question answered, awesome. If not, show up tomorrow and we'll get it answered for you. Peace out, Headliner Nation. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll catch you all on the next episode of the Fantasy Headliners. Later, everybody. I didn't transition. Now I did.
Okay, goodbye.
When the game on the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid. Now they tuned in cause my game too legit.